or anything else. I just want to make sure that's all working. Nice. Live now. Click. And then, whoop. So, for any more questions about this session, I will just post it as we. I'll talk about it as we go along if there are any more questions. But I'm pretty sure the main thing to go from is just pretty much we're gonna jump straight into it as soon as I send this out. Okay, so. Boop. Man, the silence is eerie. I mean, you guys can chat amongst yourselves if you really want.
Well, we're having our silence moment time.
We're live.
It's important.
We're accepting the science for the destruction begins.
I'm just contemplating a new character for when mine gets killed.
Oh, okay.
Good idea.
There's
Same.
yeah.
Better just roll.
I mean, to be fair, the
can't
person who's the person who's like most justified in that is definitely Sam.
Oh,
Yeah.
With my 7 health and 2 vitality.
It's like, Sam, you are just like, there's a glass
Mush.
cannon, but you're like more just glass.
He's
Paper
not even.
mache.
He's not even the canon part. It's just.
I fear more for Sam's character.
You did always also choose something that was on purposely weak and feeble. So,
Yes, that was deliberate. I deliberately chose to play a kobold.
Yeah.
So when you
No,
die,
it's not to blame.
so when you die, Sam, it's entirely your fault, like always. So nothing's changed.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
mean.
You're
True.
you're
Mean
like one of
and
those.
true.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
Robin.
hey.
The truth is usually not usually
Yeah.
not pleasant.
I mean, we'll get through it. Don't worry. So, okay, right. I think.
Don't make promises like that, Joe.
I mean, never. Right. So, if I'm correct, everything has been sorted and situated. So, before we start, I am just going to run through some things for any of those who are watching, or just all of you guys, just so that we know. As you already previously knew, the players, but people who might be watching this for the first time, Animite Tales is a game that I have been developing for the last 3 years. It's a tabletop RPG because I was really interested and invested into all sorts of different, I guess you could say, inspirations from Western superhero culture, but also a massive fan of fantasy style sort of genres from, all sorts of different things from Lord of the Rings all the way to D&D. I actually discovered D&D about 3 years ago, around about the time that I heard about I think it was TFS doing a campaign, or at least half of them were doing a campaign. I think is it called it's not the Unreliables, what is it? The Unexpectables, that's it. And because of that, I had been really, really enjoying My Hero Academia at the time, as well as the Flash TV series on CW. But I was a massive fan of like comic books for many years, and obviously like grew up with the Marvel cinematic universe. But when I sort of got into it, I really wanted a system that used superpowers, but also I was a massive fan of all of these other different sort of genres and universes. So I wanted to make a system that was possible to be translated in almost any universal sort of area and way. So we created this system solely for the design purpose of superpowers. But now we're going to sort of prove that this system can be used for anything by using the same situations, the same power, same mechanics that we're currently still developing, and bringing it to you on live streams, so that then you can see as it evolves, as it has sort of grown over the many years that we've been using it and playing it, and also so that you guys can actually see it as we go along. Now, any Patreons on our Patreon who have been sort of putting their support and any extra parts towards it, art for certain tiers will actually also be used in this situation. So you might actually see some of the different Patreons' characters and some of their weapons, as you can make either of these, and they can actually be put in the official module books when they release. But the players might actually get to see those NPCs and those items come to life in this campaign as we go along. As I said, it is going to be based roughly around sort of fantasy style, because this is the first time I've ever actually used superpowers and in the lore come up with an entire new world and campaign where people just sort of believe that the way that powers work is more magic than science, or at least is more of a magical means. Because of this, we'll see this in the campaign. We'll actually get to see how it sort of drives everyone. So, without any further ado, we'll just get right into it. Now, every single one of you, if you'd like to introduce yourselves as your characters and as your name, so that people know exactly what characters what voices are going to be what characters, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, he's going to be brave enough to go first.
I think we worked down the list.
Oh, okay.
So he's on top of the list.
Diego.
It's
You.
you. It's you, Sam.
Damn.
I'm at the bottom, that's why I said it.
Oh, you
Good move.
You evil genius.
Yes.
shaking fist at you through the screen. Okay. Me, I'm Dago. Me, I'm Kobold. Me, I'm weak, but me, I'm strong. And in real life, I am Sam. Sam. You may have heard me on the podcast that we do, or as we try to do most Mondays, where I'm the ancient Greek mythological man.
The
I
man
guess
who is a
enough you need to
fan
know.
with a plan of the Greek pantheon.
I mean, I never said plan.
We don't say those.
never have a plan.
complicated words.
I always have a plan. It just never works.
That's more accurate.
I guess it's me next. I'm Aoife Orr. Like, I'm an elf and I'm like a ranger, and I'm just trying to find my way in the world, you know? One minute I was in a village and I was gonna decide my destiny via the elders, but turns out they didn't see anything in the smoke, you know, so they just kind of sent me on my way to find my own journey, you know? And in real life, I am Alex, aka Obscuricom. I'm also on the podcast and in many of the live streams. And yeah, I'm looking forward to trying projectile enhancement, which is what Aoife has.
I guess this would be me next, yes. Well, hello there. My name is Kyle. I'm a great paladin for Poseidon, the god of the waters of life. I come from across the city of, well, a city underwater, has partly mainlands to it. Yes, and I serve and make sure no one corrupts water and all forms of life. And in real life, my name's Kane. Yeah.
Well,
Sweet.
yeah, I suppose I'm next. I am playing as the, well, likely to be unhinged monk, apostle of Kovar, god of elements and destruction. And, yes, he's known as Monk Bowden, which, as I can tell, we're already doing well with the puns here. And in real life, I am Will, or Bill, I suppose, as some of people in this might refer to me as.
Alright, is it me now?
Yep.
Sup, my name's Tark. I'm a tiefling. I've grown up in mostly in on the coast. My house was on a nice beach. My mum was like a great sea entity which gave me my abilities. I'm a druid of the coastline, and my mom always said to me that I was the bridge between sea and land, and that she taught me all I need to know about the ocean. Now I need to journey on the land and learn about the land. Yeah. But normally I am Graham, Graham, and you've already heard much of me unless you've heard the really long live stream that we did a couple of months ago when I played as Donk, the ridiculously dumb berserker. But yeah, that is me.
And I am your narrator, or a GM, Game Master, whatever you want to call. Although I guess if we're kind of basing this sort of off of DMs, Dungeons and Dragons, I guess it is kind of like DM. Either way, I am Joe. I'm not only the creator of this game, but also I will be their narrator, or basically campaign manager, as I will be not only narrating, but also making sure that they keep on track with the story. But for something that they have only just recently realised, this story is going to revolve around them, as these 5 adventurers, or people beforehand, have come from far and wide to a specific small town known as Uchil. Uchil is in the middle of what's known as the Oculus Continent, and they have come here to one particular end. To become an adventurer, for whatever particular reason that they have, they wish to go to the Adventurers Guild. They have a little hall that they have purchased themselves. It's similar to that of a tavern, where you can purchase drinks and also a decent meal. But tonight of all night, every fortnight, on a Thursday, you can go there to their mingle nights.
2 for 1 drink.
In a mingle night, they create parties based on your specific skill and qualification levels, and they match you up together, placing you on tables and giving you a small but fairly modest starting quest. Now, all of you, I would like you to all roll me movement speed. Now, for those who cannot see, as we have just basically only got a poster for you guys to see at the moment, we actually are rolling on Discord due to the fact that all of us are in not only different locations, but also because of the current pandemic. So we are currently on Discord. However, we do have a Discord server, and depending on the situation, we might reopen it for the public again, so that you guys can actually get to not only play with some of us in some of the other games, or even maybe potentially have another go at playtesting this yourselves. So,
Good start.
Good start indeed. We have Ether with a 13, Tack with a 13, Munk with a 15, Lee Kane, Kaio, sorry, I'm seeing your Discord name again, with a 12, and Dago with a 9.
Diego.
Oh, Dago, sorry.
There you go.
So,
Dago passes.
all of you, except from Dago, you have come to this location. You've gone up to the main desk, and there is an elf with a blonde bowl cut. They are fairly short, and they look at you. With these strange glowing green eyes, they say, "Well, boy, howdy. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. May I take your name?" As he takes every single one of your names, he then obviously asks you a few other questions. How old you are, any particular skills that you may have, anything that is not visually obvious to them. You tell them, you write them down, and depending on whether you guys are honest or not, they basically have a good profile of you. Afterwards, they then get someone else to look at you. This guy walks up to you, and he is an orc. He basically looks up and down at you for a few seconds, and then just says, "Alright, fit them on table 7. Afterwards, you all walk over to table 7 in your each individual points of time. However, finally, as you are all waiting there, you've been waiting there for about 5 minutes. The place is quite noisy and filled with other people who have either been drinking a little bit or are basically just now chatting to their new parties. However, you've been told that you're still waiting on one more to make a complete party. Finally, Dago, you arrive and you walk in. You obviously are quite interested in coming here, and you obviously really wanted to come to the Adventurers Guild, but there is a lot of people. Depending on your own level of excitement or timidness. This is entirely terrifying or intriguing to you. It's up to you.
Many tall ones.
many
Tall ones.
But you see the main desk, and it's written as such, as it says main desk.
Just very slow, like, make sure the hood is covering my snout. Just wearing, like, bunches of furs so that I could easily be unless they really look at me, they might think I'm just, like, a dwarf. Or just a small person. I just kind of, like, sneak towards the desk. And probably jump up to try and get the attention.
As you take a couple of times, this elf looks over the desk. Oh, well, hey there, little fella. What's your name?
Me, I'm Dago. Me, I'm wanting to be great adventurer.
Okay then. You said your name was Dago, right?
Dago. Yes. Me, I'm Dago.
And, you're looking like a... Don't mind if I say, but... a kobold, right?
You see him freeze. I'm Kobold.
Sounds like a robot.
Alright then. He then asks...
That was him whispering.
He then asks you your age. And it's up to you if you lie or tell him the truth.
I will tell him the exact truth that I'm only about... Which is pretty old and hardy for a kobold that hasn't been slaughtered yet.
So, how old are you again? Just so I can write that down. Oh no, he's cutting out. He cuts out at the exact moment. Unknown age.
10.
There we go.
Days.
So as he writes down any other forms of description, he obviously asks a few other questions, like exactly what are your abilities. After he gets those, the big scary orc comes up, looks at you up and down, and goes, "All right, table 7."
There we go.
And then afterwards, do you go to table 7?
I go to table 7.
Okay. As you adjourn there, the rest of you have been sat there for whatever particular reason. You now have noticed a small creature walk towards you and sit at one of the stores. He barely comes up to he basically his neck is at the table is at neck height for this thing sitting on one of the stools.
I have to jump on to get up into one of the stools.
I lean over to him and just go, brah, do you need a booster or something? Just, you don't look very comfortable there, man. You want a boost?
No, there you go, I'm fine.
You can sit on my board if you want.
There you go, quickly shakes his head. No, there you go, I'm fine.
No problem, man. I just
Fold
thought I'd
arms.
As you are all together, you all look across the table and see your ragtag gang of many different physical, obvious-looking, different changed creatures to the usual band and brows of most of your own kind, as most of you have usually only seen of your own ilk. For instance, Dago, you have only usually seen, well, most of the time, your own kind. You know, lizard folk, or at least specifically, kobolds. However, for you, Tak, you've barely seen that much of landfolk anyway, so you've sort of almost been prepared to be surprised at what kinds of different things that you will see. Obviously, Monk, most of the time you've only usually seen humanoids, so to see a kobold and even to see a tiefling is actually kind of interesting to you. Now, the one that is probably the most changed by the things that you've seen is Ether. You've only usually seen and known elves. Since you've left, you have seen a lot of different types of species and races, but this is a new type of ragtag gang. A human a tiefling, a kobold, and what you can only assume is a blue elf.
Do a long, a long extended sigh. Surveying the surroundings.
I'm just staring around at all the different people. Although I like the elf because he's also kind of blue like me.
As the two of you sort of notice that you're staring at each other, it comes out to a few minutes as a maiden walks up to you, elven and long blonde hair. She walks up to you. She then says, "Don't worry, drinks are on the house. You've all been registered, right?" As she then places drinks at each in front of each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Why, thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Who's like directly next to me on my? Is this kind of a round table?
This is indeed a round table. The person who is next to you is the blue elf-looking dude.
I will whisper to the blue elf-looking dude, "Hey, why are they giving us free drinks when we haven't done anything yet? We didn't, sell our souls or anything."
Tack's already drinking.
I whisper back, "No, I do not think so. I think it is just a gesture of kindness."
Okay, so Tack, you obviously drink. Does anyone else attempt to drink?
I just sip, it's this is kind of like a beer type thing, but I'm sipping it as if it's like tea.
Fair
I
enough.
don't think I haven't had that much experience with beverages.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this an alcoholic drink? I'm assuming they gave us.
Yes, it is very obviously some kind of drink that you would assume is alcoholic.
I shall leave the drink.
It is.
Diego sniffs it, and then quickly grabs it by two hands and chugs it.
Roll me a strength check.
Oh, this is great! I love it.
I feel to even lift up. I feel to even lift up the glow.
It's less that. It's more just if you dunk it on your head. Okay, no, a 14. Okay, so as you sort of, it sort of pours over your snout for a few seconds, but yeah, you do start sipping it more cautiously.
Chug, just all in one. He tries to do.
Roll me a metabolism.
This will be, again, brilliant. I'm loving this. Loving your lows. I'm loving it.
You
loving
are
it.
slightly inebriated. Tipsy would be the best way to describe it.
The perfect kind.
The perfect
They
one.
go like drink. They go like this drink.
Gotta say, it's a lot different to the water I've used to drinking. This is really weird water, but I like it.
As time passes, do any of you particularly speak to one another further than talking of the drinks? As it has now become very apparent that all of you will now be in a party together.
I was gonna offer Dagon my drink, as I am more than likely not going to drink it, so he is free to have it.
They go like tall one.
I mean, as Monk sees everyone else drinking their drinks, he'll down his.
Very well. All in one?
Yeah.
Roll me a metabolism.
With reckless abandon.
I like this. I like this guy.
Doesn't need that much convincing. Boop.
It is fine. You are used to drinking some of the sort of older booze of the sort of ancients in the temple as part of your rites before you left. However, this is much weaker than that. You also accidentally stole some of the stash from one of the other monk fighters from sort of the old ones who was keen in the drunken fist technique, and it turns out he wasn't faking it when he was drinking from his gourd.
Oh.
This hits nowhere near as strong as that did, so you are fine.
I will slam it back down on the table and sort of slide back into my seat and close my eyes.
Very well.
I just sort of turn to the entire group and go, so, guys, why are you here? Anyone? No?
Well, I assume we're all here for similar reasons, right? Well, we all came here to come on adventurers.
Well, I'm just here to explore, but if adventuring's a great way to explore, I'll do it.
Oh, that is an admirable goal. I'm out here to try and, well, there are a lot of people in this world who kind of want to cause harm, and I'm trying to make this world at least a bit safer. And, hopefully show some people the way that, water is, maybe not something to be so disregarded.
Water's essential, yeah. What are you talking about? How can water be harmful?
Well, see, there are a lot of people out there who tend to, corrupt water, and, for the things they produce, it's not good.
Okay. Don't see how that works. It's water.
Well, it's you. How do I explain? I already had to explain this before. Give me a minute.
Anyone else?
Suddenly, there is a large sort of bell ringing. In the middle of the room, there is one table that currently has one of the barmaids standing, or at least it seemed. The person who served you drinks is actually now wearing armor. As she sort of just rings the bell, she then places it back down as she's still standing in the middle of someone else's table. She then goes, "All right then. Now that we're all here together, we might as well continue. All of you guys have got your party members, and we're all now going to be handing out scrolls. All of you will be able to read your missions, and then afterwards, we will then burn them, so that no one else can see who else is getting others. We don't want scabbers now. This will be your first official mission. Of course, you'll also be given a little ring, as a token of our gratitude, but also to keep notes. These rings will keep calm of any particular missions and quests that you have taken or accepted. Once you have done so, the ring will keep a record of each and every single quest that you have ever accepted from the Adventurers Guilds. Once you do, bring them to any of these different hubs, and of course, you will be rewarded based on the challenge, or even particular rewards that were put behind it. Alright then, that's all. Have a happy night." She then sits down next to the rest of her team. All of you roll me either a perception or an insight on the team, except from Dago, who rolls disadvantage.
Dago's just focused on the elf, tall one who's been trying to say things and just kind of like, either the drunkenness is just like, is the mouth moving, or is that a mirage?
Oh damn! Okay,
He's
so
unsure.
Bang.
So
The monk with his eyes closed.
the monk
I'm
with his
gonna
eyes
write-
closed.
I just opened my third
I'm
eye,
gonna
is
do-
what that is.
Okay. Oh dang it! I know nothing. I know nothing at all.
I still get good stuff.
So Dago, even in your tipsiest moments, you are still more perceptive than the elf. So you have never been of this level of I guess you could say this level of lucidity is weird for you, because normally you are very lucid of your own actions, but you almost are like on half lucidity. It's almost like someone just set you down to just like, okay, and we'll dampen all of the abilities that you have by like about half, but yet your danger sense and your paranoia still makes you look over at the entire entourage that she is with. All of them are clad in either armor or have very beautiful looking trinkets or weaponry. Now, I want to point this out, Monk. You only slightly peek up one of your eyes, and immediately you see her and the rest of them. You notice that they are higher level than anyone else in this room. they have been clearly adventuring for a long time, as some of them have scars, and even more so, the treasure and the items on them are of such a high degree that even a single one of them would go for a small fortune. But all of them are clearly very well experienced, that you can sense from them. Tak, you see a bunch of people, and yes, the people that she's sitting down with are very well clad in different pieces that are either fairly expensive or fairly shiny. And the same with you, Kaio. You can see the same. However, Ether, you just hear her. You don't really look up. You're still sipping your tea ever so slightly as you realise this is a very bitter tea. Fizzy, too.
I'm not, and
You've
I'm
just
being
gotten
really,
tea all
really
wrong.
obvious in the fact that I'm looking at them. There's no subtlety in me.
As this happens, all of you see them, and she sits down, and they all sort of just get to just talking normally. However, a lot of the other ones are a lot more, I guess you could say, boisterous, a lot more sort of rowdy, and they are quite loud, a lot of the other ones. Your party, other than the main adventurers, are probably the quietest. If not, your party is actually the quietest.
Yeah, I think we're all just sitting in silence, I guess, other than drinking.
I'm constantly asking questions of people like, why are you here? Why are you blue?
Pointy ear, tall one.
Which one?
Just the blue. I'm assuming the elf has pointy ears.
Elf has pointy
yeah,
ears, but the blue-skinned one, you do not notice what his ears look like.
So, are you talking to me? Tiny.
Dago,
What do you ask, Dago?
What's your name?
My name is Aoife.
what other tall one said?
My name is Aoife Orr.
Ether. Ooh, nice.
Ether.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean something? Has that got like a meaning to it?
Well, it just means Aoife Orr. It's my name.
Right on, yeah. So you can be either or. I like it. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
I wish
Tak,
I
by the
did
way.
sound like that. Oh, hello, Tak. What does your name mean?
I'm Tak.
Ah,
You can just call me Tak.
okay, Tak. I suppose we'll be adventuring together.
Yeah. Well, like I said, just exploring, trying to learn how the land works. Know quite a lot about the sea, but I've been told by my mum that I need to learn what life on land is like. Well, how it works, how nature works out here.
Oh, I only ever know about the woods. I don't know anything of the sea.
Well, can you tell me about the woods? That's one I need to learn about the woods. I need to learn about the mountains. Not really looking forward to this thing called the desert. Not really liking that. But yeah, mountains, swamps. Looking for the swamps, nice. But yeah, anything.
Oh,
I've been in mangroves, but that's not really the same thing.
Oh no, it's certainly not the same. No. Like, I mean, can I teach him survival with my woodland?
As
my
you're
survivalist.
Yeah.
Which is
as you're about to, you suddenly then get sort of bumped on the back as
It's
a
my
bunch
job
of
to sort of make sure that they work together.
a bunch of people start walking behind you, and they start handing out scrolls to each and every one of you. This one person who's handing out scrolls is the orc who was looking over you earlier. As he hands out all of these different scrolls, they're little parchments that have sort of been rolled up with a small little red bow holding them together.
ooh.
So, who's in charge of this outfit? Like, we're gonna have like someone look after this stuff, and anyone gonna take charge, or is it gonna be like a committee type thing?
I think a committee like thing would be the most fair to everyone.
Cool. Sounds good.
As all of you open your scrolls, it is written in very interesting looking ink. It is shiny green ink. Uh,
Do I
as
recognize you?
you do not recognise the ink, no. However, as you're having a look and reading through it, it basically says you are hereby numbered as a specific team. Your designation serial number can be changed and even renamed once the entire party is either renamed it themselves together or has eventually been known as something else famously or infamously. So far, until then, the party's serial number is E-718. So I hope you remember that. I'll even write it in the thing. E-178.
I thought it was 718.
Catchy.
E-7. Oh yeah, sorry. E-718.
Oh, E-718.
Yep,
You've done it wrong. You've done it wrong.
I have done it wrong, and I apologise immediately.
Done it wrong.
There we go. E-718. That is your adventurer's number. Basically, they're just saying that you can change it at any point, but that's what you're currently designated as. Your first mission as copper members of the Adventurers Guild is to defeat a small band of goblin bandits not too far outside of the southern border of Elch. Inside of a small cave is a current squadron of bandits of the Goblin Persuasion. You must defeat them and then bring back at least one of the heads of one of the goblins as proof. Once you have done so, you will be all awarded a small award of 10 silver coins. Now, all of you roll me world knowledge.
But that's just a straight D20 for me. Uh-oh.
D20 minus 1 for me.
16 for Ether, 7 for Dago.
All I know is they're
Six
miniature
attack.
green
How's
people.
that right for Tack?
So, yeah, I mean,
Oh no.
it makes
Bam.
sense. So, okay, so Monk, you know very little anyway, because, I mean, in a monastery, there's no need or requirement for money. As a matter of fact, you actually think that 10 silver is a small fortune, to be honest. Kaio, you don't really know too much, because you don't know if that's enough or if that's not enough, but to be honest, whether or not it is or isn't, you just know silver coins, that's good enough for me. Tack and Dago, it is just currency. You have no idea what that currency is. I mean, it's interesting enough to you, Dago, because silver equals metal, so it doesn't really matter to you or anything. Tack, you're just like, so this is their currency. I've heard a little about it. Is that a lot? Is that not enough? You have no idea.
I don't care.
Ether ore, basically the way that the currency system works is that 100 coppers equal a single silver coin, 100 silver equals 1 gold coin. So basically, it's pretty much just a tenth of a single gold coin. That's not necessarily too bad, but yeah, it's not massive, and to be honest, all that will mean is 2 silver coins per everyone if you split it up equally, since there are 5 of you in the party. But either way, it's enough to get by for now. But yeah, that's pretty much all you really know.
Yeah, I'm just an unchanging expression, just sort of like, 2 coins each.
It then says, should you accept this contract, please place your newly acquired adventuring rings, which, by the way, are then handed out to you, onto this parchment seal. So there's basically a little seal. It looks some kind of almost strange ink. I guess you could say it's written as almost like a strange little drawing. All of you roll me, I guess, power knowledge or magical knowledge, which is the same. Power and magical knowledge are the same thing, yeah.
That's under
yeah,
intelligence,
okay.
isn't it?
It is indeed under intelligence.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, that is a natural 20 for the monk
That's not
again.
Oh my
Good when
god,
we come to
everybody.
Damn,
20s.
natural 20 for Tark.
Even though it's -1.
Both of you had -1 and -2, and you still got natural 20s. Ah, okay.
This worries me. This concerns me greatly for what's going to happen later.
So,
I have a bad feeling about this.
Dago, Ether, and Kaio, you have no idea what this is. However, Tark, for some reason, this is oddly reminiscent to you. As a matter of fact, you could have been sworn that you've seen this kind of stuff before. It's some kind of sealing magic. As a matter of fact, some people that you've met before actually have it written on objects like runes. It's a specific type of rune. And Monk, you also recognise this as some kind of magical rune as well. It must have some form of connection to the ring, as she did say earlier that you connect and accept quests and then turn in with still holding the rings as a form of gaining one's contract. But something's quite off about this. Both of you roll me insight or intelligence.
I'll try the old insight.
Me too.
Damn, another 20 from Tack and a 15. Okay, Monk, something's not quite right about this. If they asked you before that you needed a ring, why then bring back a head of a goblin? And Tack, you're also wondering this. Why bring back the head of a goblin if you already have the rings that confirm it? Now, there is one part of this. Tack, did you roll wisdom or intelligence?
Insight.
Okay, so you rolled insight under it. Okay, so both of you just think that this is weird. It is definitely strange that they would ask you to bring back a goblin's head to confirm the contract, but you already have something to accept and then later on confirm it.
I'm also curious as to why we have to kill them.
Fair enough. I mean, it does actually say that they're bandits and they need to be wiped out, but that's
But
still
I don't know what a bandit is.
Ah, yes, okay, fair enough.
Do we have to kill them? It's like, I mean, I can understand if we're hunting them for food, because that's what happens in nature. Being a druid, but just killing them for no reason.
Basically, unless if you ask that question, that
I'm going to ask that question now. So it's like, what? It's like, why? Hey, man, I know how the ring works and all that, but why do we have to bring back a head with the ring? And why do we have to kill them at all? I mean, are we gonna?
Wait.
I mean, I'm all up for hunting, because that's the way of nature. But just killing things for no reason.
While this is happening, Dago's just gently chewing the ring. just checking to see what metal it is. Just like, is this gold?
Okay, I'll get to that in a second then.
Please someone make him jump and he swallows the ring.
Oh no!
no, like one's on his finger.
Yeah,
one's on his finger. He's
yeah.
just like biting into it.
Oh,
He
okay.
just squeezes his finger off.
I'll get to that in a second. So you asked that question. Tack, do you ask that to one of the staff members, or do you just ask that to the rest of the party?
I'm asking that to the guy who gave me the ring.
Oh, okay. When you ask him that, he goes, "Well, because they're bandits, of course. Bandits are little annoyances sometimes, but they can always be murderers, pillagers, and, of course, just thieves. We are asking you to dispose of them because..."
So this is like a territory thing. Like you're defending your territory.
Less of a territory, more of a being rid of something that is dangerous. Surely...
We can just chase them off. I mean, that's what you do when you're doing territory stuff.
Not always the greatest way of doing so, but if that is how you get it, then that is how it's done. But of course the contract is asking you to kill at least one of them, enough to bring back a head.
I mean, I'll defend myself, but I just don't see the point in killing for no reason. It just seems...
Then when you meet your entire bandit groups, perhaps you'll have a different opinion of it. Then...
You know what? We'll see what
away.
happens when we get there. I'm more of a kind of go with the flow kind of guy, so... yeah, we'll see what happens. But, again, the ring... What's the whole thing with the seal and the ring?
He's already walked away.
Oh, come on, man.
Roll me an insight, Dago. Oh, this ring.
It is
It is stronger than your teeth, and it is not made out of gold. It's silvery blackish, almost like as if it's made out of some kind of silverish metal with some kind of strange black rock, kind of crystal-like. It then has
Not good metal.
a perfect black orb in the center of it. But yes, it is pretty much almost like as if it's two bands, one black band over an entire silver band, with a small little black orb in the top, almost like as if it's made out of onyx or something.
He stops biting it.
Fair enough. One thing that you'll all notice, any of you who put them on, it perfectly shrinks or grows to the exact size of your fingers so that it can be worn perfectly.
Mine doesn't go on my finger. I take my coral necklace
Ooh.
and put it around on that, and put my coral necklace back on.
Fair enough. It does not change size since the variant of which you got it. But anyone else who places it on, you notice that. I don't know how many of you actually do put it on, but I just thought I'd let you know.
I do, and I just go. Oh,
Kyo and Monk, do you put yours on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no reason not to.
Fair enough. After a short while, a few things are sort of said and done, and Tak, you're tapped on the back.
I look around to see who it was.
There's a guy in sort of basic-looking armor, sort of like he has what you can only describe as he's standing with his hands on his hips, standing around about 7 feet tall, and almost like looking down at you, but with a very obvious pompous face. Not whether or not you can actually tell whether or not this, what kind of attitude this guy has, but it's just more the fact that this is how he physically looks. Long sort of... The best way to describe it is long green hair, but yet red skin, which is very strange. He has horns on his head, and he looks very much similar to a tiefling, but he's almost like as if he's like colour paletted, swapped version of most usual demons. But yes, red skin and green hair for some reason. Is he just?
I just turn around. As I turn around, I'm just like, "Hey, man, are you a tiefling too?"
So I heard that you have problems with bandits. You're probably not going to survive that long here. Don't you know that this place is only worth for the fitting and the mighty heroes?
Well, I thought this was just a recruitment thing. I just want to explore. So I was told being an adventurer is a good way to explore.
Well, you might be right, but it's also a good way to get yourself killed if you're not prepared. Perhaps you should start at something a little easier, like giving a troll a sponge bath, or perhaps even helping a grandma off of the other side of the road. Honestly, goblin bandits. Pathetic.
I think I'll be fine. I mean, I've been playing with sharks since I was like 4. So, and if a goblin's anything like a shark, I'll be fine.
He just then looks over at the rest of what you can assume is his party, and him and the others all start laughing. There's about 4 other members in his party as well.
I just look around at our group and just start grinning like I've just made a friend.
Oh, playing with sharks. Good one. I've honestly not heard that one in a long while. Either way, you're all going to die if you actually think that you're that good, even against goblin bandits. I've never seen such a pathetic lot in all my life. Either way, I guess, good luck, and if we don't see you again, we'll possibly try and see if we can take care of those bandits ourselves. Won't mind taking your loot. Bye. Ta-ta now.
See you.
And they all laugh.
Good
All
luck,
of them
Westy.
get up and they walk out of this little tavern.
Don't point you on, I'm weird.
I cheerily wave them off with like both hands. Well, 2 of my 4 hands.
I hope they don't scab our stuff. I'd like some coins.
See that guy? He was a tiefling. He was a tiefling like me, but he was red.
Yeah,
Gnarly hair though, gnarly.
Yeah.
Have you not met much of your kind before, or just not that color?
Well, I've not really seen many of my kind because I was sort of trained. Like my mom was real strict with the whole training thing. I mainly saw people enjoying the beach. I've never seen a red guy. That was weird.
I see. Makes
I mean-
sense. Can't say I've seen any much of them either, to be honest. So
I mean-
first time for me.
I was always a little jealous of people because, as you can see, my skin's mainly grey with a tint of blue because of my mom's side. But yeah, weird people come in weird colors. But red, never knew that was a thing.
As all of you are sort of just, finishing up the rest of your drinks and just talking about the weirdness of the hair of the green-haired tiefling and also the redness of his skin, you also then get onto something else. All of you start realizing that, well, at some point, we will need to get moving. Do we continue on to the next location that we have now been given as our mission? Or is there somewhere else that has been interesting us about the town of Ulch? I think I said Ulchin. I haven't got my notes up at the moment, but Ulchin will be the name of the town. From now on, Ulchin. Ulchin. Ulchin.
Well, you want to explore, right?
Yeah, I'm happy to go anywhere. So
Yeah, well, I believe we can take our time. Why don't we look around for a bit and see if we find anything interesting, and then we can go on and...
What exactly will we do? It's not like we have money.
Well, it's my first time being on this continent as well, so I thought it would be nice just maybe to explore a while. But you are right, we do not have really any money, so we cannot do much.
Dago say we fight green ones. He just like lightly taps his hand on the table and looks longingly at the still probably full glasses of the rest of some of the party.
So you're saying there's green people as well? Oh, because the orc, yeah. Man.
No. Me mean green people with pointy ears. You call goblins.
Oh, them, yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
we should go.
I'm happy to go talk to them.
I don't think there would be much talking to them. We have a mission to fulfill.
Any of the rest of you rolled world knowledge to see how much you know about goblins.
Meet people, see things.
Okay, it's just a natural D20 for me.
Kaio, you know that
green.
Goblins are green and have pointy ears. That's about all you know. Ether and Monk. Monk, you know a little bit about them. You've heard and potentially read about them, but other than the fact that they're just small, green, pointy-eared people, you don't really know much else other than that they usually are in packs most of the time. They're fairly intelligent, but most of the time they are just kind of mean little buggers. As for Ether, you know quite a bit more about them. As a matter of fact, usually the leader of them is probably the biggest asshole out of all of them. Usually their intelligence is more based on cunning rather than usually, ingenuity. And it's more the numbers that is scarier about them than anything else. A single one of them isn't really anything to scoff at, really, but then have a room filled with them and pretty much you're a goner. Their numbers are quite easy and they breed faster than rabbits.
Yeah, I convey all of that information to my party members in the same sort of voice that I...
What's a rabbit?
Well, you see, they're tiny little fluffy creature with large ears, and they eat carrots, and they're actually good as pets, but you can't let them breed too much because you'll get attached to them and they'll
Wait,
eat all
so
your
the
crops.
longer we're sitting here, the more they're breeding?
I mean, possibly. I don't know what they do in their spare time, this particular cat.
So we've just been wasting our time here while they've been multiplying rapidly.
Well, we should probably go get them then before they do it any quicker.
So, are you all leaving?
Yeah, I'll finish off my drink and get up. Let's go explore.
Make haste.
Before they breed more.
So, after all of you placed the rings onto the special seals of the scrolls, they actually disintegrated, except from the little magical mark, which then implanted itself as an engraving on the onyx shape of your ring.
Neat.
Knew that'd happen.
As doing so, you all leave. As you all leave together, you are obviously pointed in the direction of which that you need to go. Now, obviously, you can still stay in and even go and have a look around the rest of Ulchin, but it is absolutely up to you. Do you continue having a look around the town, or do you go to the cave southwest of Ulchin?
I'd say we go to the cave.
Do we have anything to light our way? I mean, caves aren't exactly
Ah.
full of light.
That's a good point. Yeah. Hmm.
You am needing light? You not see dark?
Well,
Like Dago?
No, we can't see in the dark. Although that's interesting to know that you can.
Cobalt best.
I think I can see in the dark. I'm not sure. Can I? I don't think we wrote that down.
You're a shadow, so yes, yeah.
Yes.
You have the ability to see in the dark.
Yeah. Well, I'm used to diving down into depths, so I can see in the dark pretty well as well.
I'm used to using my other senses.
Well, I suppose the plan could be that those that can see in the dark can go ahead, and those who are ranged attackers can stay outside. Drive them out of the cave and then shoot at them.
Me could make trap in front of cave.
Ah.
Or
Well,
how about
before we discuss
we
this,
are
we
the
should probably
trap?
head there to see what the situation is about this cave.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
Fair enough. I want to point out it is kind of in the evening at this point. It's fairly dark, but thankfully the stars and the moonlight sort of lies the way. It is fairly dim light, but thankfully there are torches all around the town that keep ablaze so that people can see as they walk around the town. As you get off to a path, you notice that there are less and less torches towards it. It will be rather dark and very difficult to see without the ability of dark sight or some kind of light.
I mean, as we're walking past, I'll just try and take one, like, off a sconce or something.
Alright then, either roll me finesse or roll me labour.
I will go with finesse. See if I can. Nope.
Oh wow.
Just
You
slap it
smack
off.
your hand on it, and so what happens is you try and quickly smack your hand to sort of like anime snatch it from the sconce. All you do is you hit your hand against it very hard.
I walk up to him and go, "Do you need a hand with that, man?" And I sort of stick my board in the ground and just try and really slowly, obviously, just pull it off.
You take.
Can I roll my willpower technique? So it'd be like,
Which technique do you have?
I do have power through.
Roll power through then. Roll willpower to see if you can power through
Ah.
the 3 points of damage that I just rolled.
Self-inflicted pain.
This
Yes,
could be fatal.
okay.
3 points of damage.
Boo.
Yep.
Yeah.
What level are you in body?
What do you mean?
What level are you in willpower path of body?
Oh, it's just level 1.
Okay, so it's not a D8, it's a D6. Because it's now a D4 plus a dice up for every single level you have in that path.
Ooh. That's gonna be OP lit, I
It
guess.
definitely is, yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Oh.
So you take
no.
2 points instead of what? So you're on 15 in total. But yes, basically you hit your hand and it hurts quite a bit. You are able to sort of soak up some of the damage through just powering through, and you are able to sort of just like smack, and it's almost like that the internal screaming that almost no one actually else notices. Your hand is even shaking from the reverberation that you feel when you slapped your hand against it. Other than that, not much else is really to be said about that. As some of you might have actually seen the monk slap a sconce.
Yeah, I just walk over and like, do you need help with that, man? I can get that for you. And I'm like, I lean my board against the my surfboard against the post and just sort of pull it out with all four hands.
Roll labour, and I guess with advantage since you have 4 arms.
I do.
It'd be great if you fail this one, just because it's then the ultimate fighter, the ultimate boss is a sconce.
Like the doors.
Oh.
So that's a 5.
Frickin' amazing.
Let's see how well the next roll will go.
Dago, would you like a try?
Yes, can I attempt to try nonetheless?
Tax still has a roll yet. He gets to roll
Right.
advantage because he has a 4-arm grab ability.
Yes, he does.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
As long as he
he
tries to use labour with all 4 arms, he can roll advantage.
Hang on, it's thinking about it.
19.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
so
it.
you pull it out. You pull it out. I'm gonna just roll a severity check just to see how that works. How well people notice you. Very obviously, smack your hand. No. It's not about that. Smack your hand against it and then just go, no, that's alright, I'll try. As you then pull it out. And people are just like, that dude is taking one of our sconces.
I hand it to Monk. There you go, man.
You then just hear someone's voice go, hey, you! You can't just take our stuff! It's one of our sconces!
Not anymore.
I'm calling the guards on you!
We're not taking it, we're just borrowing it. We'll bring it back once we're done. We just gotta go get some goblins in a cave.
Well,
And apparently these guys can't see in the dark.
Roll-
Who can't see in the dark?
roll diplomacy, I assume.
I'm just talking crap like I usually do.
Yep.
I mean,
diplomacy.
you don't believe that this is a lie, so I guess it's not deceit, unless if you do believe it's a lie.
I'm just saying what happened and
He's an
explaining.
honest boy.
It's
Can I
just-
roll to hide in the group?
I didn't even know taking the sconce was a bad thing to do.
No, of
Yeah.
course you didn't. Of course you didn't. But at the same time, they do. As in
Yeah.
the villagers.
Yeah.
Obviously, none of you guys would, because none of you are from here. Again, a good point. All of you are foreigners from this land, and also from this particular town. So yeah, as that happens, it's like, guards! As that happens, all of you, you can either stand there or you can run.
I'm gonna say stand there.
I'm gonna
Can I-
stand it. We haven't
Oh,
done
no.
anything wrong.
Yeah, well,
Can I
you
roll
haven't
to
done
hide?
anything wrong.
We didn't do
Yes,
anything.
you can roll stealth, there you go.
with the fact that I have super dexterity help.
Yes, you can hide extra fastly.
Okay.
You
Do you know what I do? Do you know what I do? I have a leaf on my back. I just put it in front of my face, just like if this I am hidden.
I can't see
So
you, so you
not
can't
only
see me.
not only do you put it in front of your face, but now you are more obvious than any of the others. Even better, when the guard is finally called, what's all this then? As he then turns around, the leaf then just sort of like bends and just reveals your face anyway. What did you drag me out here? That guy is stealing one of our sconces. He's taking our
Stealing it?
torches.
I'm not stealing it. We're going to a cave to kill goblins, and these guys can't see in the dark. I mean, like I said, who can't see in the dark? Weird, right? But so we're just taking this, and then once we're done with our thing, we're gonna bring it back. It's how things work.
Again,
you
roll
take- you-
diplomacy.
I would love for it to work. I would love
First
for that to
session,
work.
going to jail.
Oh,
Yay.
So the guard clearly sees that you are from the Adventurers Guild. You clearly aren't from here, and also the thing is that he just like looks there, looks back, and goes, "So you're from the Adventurers Guild, and you're going to bring it back, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
why wouldn't we?
he then looks at you and notices that you are absolutely speaking with 100% honesty. Like, you're that kind of person that's like, why wouldn't we do that? That sounds really silly, or at least even like less about lying, less about punishment, less about evil. It's just, yeah, why wouldn't we? We said we were going to do it. Almost like pure naivete and innocence. It's like,
Yeah, it's just
I
like
mean-
you don't take things to keep. You take it because you need it, and then if you don't need it anymore, you give it back.
I mean, just bring it back. Just go. He looks back at the guy who's going, but that's right, and he's just like, he almost
I
like
hold my hand out to the guy and go, "Thanks, man."
he almost looks at this villager like as if he's like, why did you drag me out here for this? I thought someone was being murdered. I thought something was really horrible happening. I was supposed to be guarding something, and you just pulled me away for a single sconce.
This is when we realise that we've just disrupted the magical barrier protecting the settlement.
Shut up, Will. No, I'm not that much of a hack.
Everyone's dead when we come back.
Turns out that vampires are afraid of these specific sconces, and now that the one has been gone, they've now all just been funneled in, and now they're just going to kill all of them.
We've broken the line of salt that allows evil into the village.
The sconce is gone. Now is our time.
Anyway, so as you guys take the sconce and leave off, and the guard basically just walks away, you guys are now off to do as you wish. So you have sort of been, like, you guys are sort of struggling to remember exactly what it was that it said. It just said southwest. Now, thankfully, each single place of the separate corner, I guess you could say, outreaches of the village itself, or town, sorry, actually state a different location: south, west, east, north. When you guys get to the south, you start heading sort of west, or should I say, it's not southwest. As you go off in the direction that you're hoping is the location of this cave. Now, it says that it's a fairly obvious cave. You would hope. So, all of you either roll me investigation or perception.
I'm gonna roll investigation because it's exactly the same to me. And
Yeah,
Can-
I think I'll do
I
the
don't
same.
suppose. Could I roll survival?
Any particular way that you can?
Because, you know, like, survival is, like, knowing your layout, essentially. Like,
oh, no, I
like
mean
reading maps.
survivalist. You mean survivalist?
Oh, survivalist, yeah.
Do you have the trait of survivalist?
Yeah.
Then I'll allow it, because caves are
I mean,
technically a way of survival.
Because it's the only thing I have with a +1.
Tracking.
Oh no!
Yay!
16. All right, so
We all seem to do pretty okay.
yeah, everyone seems to have
Apart
done
from
well, except from Tack. But that's fair enough. Tack isn't great with understanding locations. So, Kaio, you found what you believe is a cave because you can hear noises coming from it. Ether, you sort of look over and around, and you can sort of vaguely hear what Kaio's saying. Monk, you sort of know roughly what he's talking about. Like, you just sort of are almost like, hush everyone, I need to hear what he's trying to describe. And as for you, Dago, not only because of your dark side, but also because that, like, you're sort of used to sort of trying to find caves to just sort of hide in, because your people lived in a dungeon. You sort of found it relatively easily, but also thanks to your survivalist, you've also been able to sort of track a scent, sort of a burning smell, as you found the entrance to a cave. Tack, you're just following and watching them because you have no idea what's going on. You're almost interested at the marvels that you're seeing. Cave tracking.
Can I ask how big is the cave entrance?
The cave entrance is, weirdly enough, about 2 meters tall and 3 meters wide.
So I have to duck.
How tall
What?
are you, Tack?
7 foot.
Ah, okay, yeah. So you'd have to duck a little, yeah.
I'm pretty tall.
Once Dago make trap at the entrance.
Why don't we just go in and talk to them?
Lead
I
them
mean,
out.
We just
into
got time
trap.
to go. We just gotta
Great.
We just gotta
You
go. We just got
distract them
time to
with your
go.
heightened words, and I'll get ready to punch them.
Dago think trap good.
So, Dago, you want to attempt to make a trap. You want
Yes.
to go
I'm a
in tack. Monk, are you going to go in with him, or are you going to stand outside waiting?
I'm not going in. I'm just asking why we're not
Okay.
going and talking to them.
But everyone can
Well,
roll. Everyone can roll diplomacy or other kind of charisma rolls to try and get
I mean,
the rest of the
I will
players onto
try-
their sides.
I will try to well, either knows at least that bandits usually are not worth talking to because they're probably not going to listen. So Aoife's going to attempt to explain that to Tack, but I'm not going to stop Tack if they decide to go in. This will be a learning experience for them.
Yeah.
They're kind of like crabs. They don't listen to anyone.
Yes, no, that is true.
That-
Crabs are very stubborn.
Well, they're more selfish.
That, yeah.
Well, we don't. Give the
Shellfish.
I mean,
What? What? They are shellfish.
so
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean,
I
unless
do
if
not
you,
under. I think it is land humor. I'm not quite sure.
No. Well, they're just dicks in general. They click at you and it's
they snap and they pinch and they walk sideways like they're better than you.
I mean, with the three Dagos just like, me make trap, good. Me make trap, I'm good.
So
just remember not to stand in the trap. I think Dago just.
Hmm.
How long does it take you to make a trap, Dago?
I mean, I'd have to roll for it, but at the very minimum, at least 10 minutes.
Okay, so give or take, what's the most amount of time that it would take you?
100 minutes.
an hour and a half.
I don't
Yes,
think
it's
time for that.
it's a D10 times 10 minutes. So on average, because I don't have a shovel with me, unless someone else has a shovel. Because essentially I'm making a trap with my bare hands.
Oh yeah,
It's just clawing the dirt away.
I remember okaying this ability because you said a D10 times 10 minutes. I was like, man, that's a big enough downside for this ability. Yeah, sure.
And kobolds are known for their ability to make traps relatively quickly in comparison to other things.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair enough.
I could, if you want a hole dug, I can help.
Good. So I'm assuming, okay, can I attempt to roll the labor roll then? Probably with advantage then, considering I'm getting help.
It wouldn't be with advantage. It would be you roll labor, and as long as you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say you roll labor, and then because he's helping you, I'm going to say he also rolls labor. So it's kind of like it's you roll labor with tack as an advantage.
Okie doke. I mean,
You're basically using my labor bonus for your second row. Basically.
good. Thank God. Because we need a 15 there.
So yes.
Like it.
Well, since only one of you got the roll, I'm going to say it's still the same amount of time, but yes, it will still succeed nonetheless. I guess roll the d10, and whilst this is going on, are any of the rest of you...
Oh my god.
Ah!
If anyone...
R20 later.
Since no one else sees this, I will just have to say, he got a 10, which basically means another hour and a half is going to pass in-game before this goes anywhere. So whilst that's going on... Is anyone going to go into the cave?
I'm not going to go in the cave. I do not see in the dark, and I do not want to be in the line of fire.
I want to go in the cave, but
You're done trap duty.
I mean,
Yeah,
I want
I
to point out this is a very good point actually. The people who are digging the trap are the people who can see in the dark.
Yeah.
So that means that the
Oh,
three of you
no.
can have the sconce and go in lovely light
Ah.
because you guys can take the sconce and they can still see just
Oh,
as well.
that's true.
Can
Yeah.
I,
and be instantly visible to the goblins.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
or maybe they're scared of fire. Who knows?
Whereas, I love it how we're having this conversation where you just see a tiny little kobold and a huge, great big tiefling with 4 arms just frantically dog digging.
Exactly, it's like scraping away the dirt.
Helped by the
with their butts in the air as they're just like funneling it out of the sides of them.
I am properly like bent over and dog digging.
I'm already out of breath after this 5 minutes of this. Just like a chain smoker after 30 years.
So as this is going on, Kaio, Monk, and Ether, what is your after seeing them? It looks like it's going to take them a while. You predict a long, overly long-winded plan is currently being taken in place, but is this suited by your particular wants and desires for this situation?
They could be multiplying in there while they're making a trap.
That is very true, Monk.
I've actually forgotten while we're digging the hole. I'm just enjoying doing it.
See, it's the sense of camaraderie. I almost feel like this gigantic, ugly being, tall one, could be a kobold in disguise.
You know what's
Could
funny
be like a
about this?
kobold brethren.
We now know that Tuck was never a sandcastle guy. He was clearly a dig a hole and call it a day kind of guy. Anyway, so sorry, Monk and Kaio and Ether, what is your plan?
Well, I think that if you were to go in, I will support you. I could get their attention by throwing rocks at them. See
I
if
guess
they
I
act
shall
on it.
also join you then.
So we will stone them. That's your
But,
plan.
well, I don't have a better plan. Do you have a better plan?
You wish to lure them out and stone them.
Yes. Those who aren't stoned fall in the trap.
I don't think the trap will be ready by the time they come out of the cave.
Hmm. I suppose we could just like. Is it worth waiting or just?
Also,
maybe
Joe,
just-
taking the light to like the entrance of the cave, how like narrow does it seem to at least start off when going in?
It seems weirdly enough, it seems like as if it ramps downwards. So basically, as I said, it's about 2 meters tall, but it's 3 meters wide. But it starts going down, and you can't really see much as it curves off somewhere. So you're not entirely sure.
That's why it's taking so long to dig the hole. It's a 3-meter diameter hole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would I be able to set one of my arrows on fire and fire it into there to see, how to get a bit of light further down? Perhaps? Or would that alert?
Sadly, there's no way of being able to do so without any kind of accelerant on the tip of your arrows, or with any other kind of thing to light on fire, unless if you want to
Ah.
put something on the tip of your arrow that can
Oh.
then be easily set on fire.
Oh. Could I possibly? Is there anything around this campsite, perhaps, that I could use?
I mean, I want to point out it's just a field that has like gone to the side of like what seems to be some sort of rocky mountain.
So there is no water around or anything like that. then?
There's no obvious water at the moment, no.
Okay.
They might strike if they dig long enough.
Potentially.
Tall ones could help.
Perhaps.
Maybe if there is like any water, perhaps could I investigate around for like some kind of water to power up Kaul?
I mean, you can
go
roll investigation to see if there
Yeah,
is any
that's what I was-
water, but
But
let's see. It is. I will say it is an open field that's just gone to a.
Maybe they'll dig up some water.
I mean, maybe, but we'll see.
Scrub that,
Investigation, I
didn't
guess.
Alright, well, I got a 13, so...
You see no obvious or available water within the last sort of kilometre.
Dang.
Without going
Hmm.
back and going to a well. Which is in the town.
Yep.
Which sounds ridiculous.
So we might as well just head in.
Yeah,
Go,
let's...
you hold the torch.
Got it. I shall hold the torch in one hand and have my shield in the other.
I've got my pebbles at the ready. I'm carrying pebbles in my pocket.
Monk, are you going in front of them, or are you letting at least Kaio go first?
I'll let Kyle go first, but I want to try to use instinctive will as we go along.
Very well. Roll it.
Oh yeah.
That's I believe that's the will. Okay, yeah. That's the willpower. So now roll wisdom or perception, because it's now a usage style.
Ooh.
So as you're sort of sensing around and you're sort of walking through, you can hear something echoing throughout the cave, and you can smell something. It's definitely something burning, like a small campfire, maybe. Perhaps even food, some kind of meat that's being burned. As you travel further, you can almost sense a few voices, movement. It's at least another 10 meters down, but it's definitely through this cavernistic hallway. As you keep going further, and the others are just sort of blankly walking and wading through, you can sense that around this corner, in about 5 meters time, there opens up a large area, almost like a room. The cave opens out. What you assume it would be something. Now you can hear this through the reverberations of sound as it echoes through the hallway of where you currently are. This cavern that you're going towards, you feel like as if the room could be about maybe 10 meters radius wide, and perhaps even 5 meters tall. But the amount of people that you can sense, roughly 6? No, maybe 7. Give or take another 1 if the other voice is another creature as well.
Use this information to prepare my comrades.
You are alerted of this particular new floor plan as you are coming up to the corner. As you turn, you see it ramps down for 5 meters, but there is some light at the end of this hallway-like cavern. You can hear voices.
How shall we proceed?
As a lot of you are sort of standing, you can hear more voices going on, crackles of a fire, and even some kind of movements, like feet stamping, slamming against rock, pitter-patters, and yet also maybe a log or two smashing against each other. Other than that, you cannot really understand exactly what it is that you can hear, other than perhaps the best way to explain it is some kind of tribalistic camp. Without seeing, and without going any further, the rest of the information that you'll be able to get is very limited.
Okay,
And me and Dago are still outside digging, are we?
Yes, absolutely, yes. In the completely useless dark, as you can easily still see regardless.
Ether, could you perhaps draw one of their attention here?
Yes, I'm going to. I'm going to throw a rock. You know, just a way ahead of us. You know, to make a noise.
Okay, so a noise item. Okay. Yeah, just I guess as you throw one of your pebbles from your bag, it lands, you know, just on the outskirts of the sort of entrance. As you just hear, oh, as you can almost hear sort of some of them fighting over each other for a second, and then just go da 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 da. As one starts walking back, you can see its silhouette moving closer and closer to where the noise came from.
Okay, guys, what do we do now?
You keep holding the torch there. Can I just try and move in like the shadow of the light generated by the torch?
You can attempt to do so. I guess roll stealth.
Oh yes, of course.
You do your best.
I'm ready to beat this creature down.
This thing gets a natural 1 on its on its vision, so it's
Just
not
walks
seeing you.
past all of us.
Yep.
It goes up and it picks up the pebble as it's standing in the hallway. It doesn't even notice that 5 meters away is a torch. Oh, da da da, pebble.
I kind of don't want to kill this thing now. It's adorable.
It then
Like,
starts trying to bite it, and then something then just screams out, ah, la, 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 ah, as it just yeets the pebble back at its people. As its back is now turned from the hall.
Throw something at it.
all right, I'm gonna activate my powers first of all, so this will be like a bullet hitting it.
Okay, so roll SP.
Yeah,
Yep.
it just makes it.
That's
Just
an
makes
11,
it.
and then roll accuracy.
Here we go. So that's like 3, 4, 5. So that's plus that. Oh.
So, Monk, please roll me an evasion or an acrobatics.
I'm sorry, Monk.
Can I attempt to? I mean, I just want to look cool and be quiet. So, could I roll like a finesse to catch it?
You can attempt.
I mean, I would be.
Don't tell him. No, it's all right.
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that this is going to go badly.
Because my character doesn't know that.
He doesn't know your magical ability or your superpower, depending on how you want to
I mean, to
frame
be
it.
fair, I'm
Your magically empowered ability.
yeah.
Yep.
It's my magical ranger abilities.
I mean, if it's good enough, we'll see.
So, as you grab what you assume is you grab it, you still are going to take damage from this. So roll me your damage, Ether, which, by the way, is 1d4 unless if you have a throwing proficiency.
Oh, I don't know. But
Plus your power damage, which is 1d8. Plus 1 because it's a pebble.
Sorry.
Why am I just taking loads of unnecessary damage?
First blood.
Boo! Now, I will say this. I was going to say that if you had dodged it, you were going to have to... I was going to have to roll a severity roll, as it would have created a massive bang and crash into the side of the wall. So, thankfully, you don't have to worry about that. However, you are now...
Can I roll willpower?
You can attempt to try and soak up some of this damage. So
Oh God.
that's 10,
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I mean, you
natural one.
D6s are not your friend, are they?
but you still have to roll the con, so therefore that first roll doesn't count yet. So we have yet to see. No, okay, so it doesn't even work. Okay, yeah. So in sum total, 11 damage has been dealt to your character in sum total. So you have 6 left. As that happens, though, the creature does not hear. As it just walks out of the way of the doorway. As you're currently holding this thing, a little bit of like bruising, and similar to like a paintball hitting your hand, it's almost caused bruising and a bit of bleeding. The inside of your hand feels very obviously warm and moist from the blood, but it hasn't dripped out of the palm of your hand yet.
I don't know if like Monk can see this, but Aoife is mouthing, "I'm sorry," like not actually saying anything, just mouthing the words like "sorry."
With that done, Kaio, you've seen this happen in front of you. At this point, what is your particular thing that you wish to do?
I mean,
It's not going well.
Your incredible team has shown all of their amazing
Yeah.
skills off at you, but
you know what? It's time for me to shine. I'm gonna give the light to my friend here,
All right.
and I'm gonna pull out my mace, and I'm gonna rush in and take on these goblins.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leave it to the paladin, friends.
As you run in, I want to point out like 7 of these creatures just go "Wah!" as they all just scream at you. Now I want to say, now that you've walked in the center of it is indeed a large bonfire. No bigger than 1 meter by 1 meter.
What was the
in
meat
diameter.
smell? Can I see what that was?
On top of it is a large roast pig. Looks like some kind of boar-like creature. There are 7 goblins dotted around this 10-meter radius room, and as I said before, 5 meter high ceiling. All of them are dotted all around the place, and the closest one is in front of you by about 1 meter, as he didn't get that far before you ran in. The others are about 5 meters away, as they are practically half the room away from you.
I shall mace him.
Mace to the
Roll strength. Now, goblins on this actually do have +2 dex, so thankfully, I have +2
Ha-ha.
dex.
This is.
Aha!
I knew this would happen.
As this thing dodges you, and then pulls out a knife and slashes at your leg.
I am terrible at hitting things.
As it does 1d4 +2. As it does 4 points of damage to your leg.
Well, I'm below 10 points of health.
Oh no.
I'm on 6, and I haven't
I'm
even
on
been in
9.
a fight.
I'm so sorry.
You've hurt nothing but yourself. In all honesty, you could have dodged that bullet. So,
Should I roll movement speak now?
so now that this has happened, it is now the decision of the rest of your party, in the terms of the ones that can hear you anyway. Ether and Monk, do you join him in the fray, or do you stay in the hallway?
Well, I'm gonna try picking them up. I mean, I'm gonna try helping him because that's. I didn't expect him to do that. I'll just like.
Okay, so you're also going to join the fray, and Monk, what about you?
At a range distance. So I'm
you're still gonna have still gonna have to get through that doorway. So regardless, and what about you,
Okay,
Monk?
Fine. I am
Are there
the
any that are particularly close to this bonfire?
There's only one right next to it, but that's about 4 meters away from the door.
Cool. I'll wait for my comrades to move in, and then I'll probably just try and run in and, like, I don't know, drop kick that one into the fire.
Yay!
So you're gonna run past the one that's in front of Kaio and just straight up drop kick another one.
Oh,
Okay,
please,
love
I
it.
want to know what noise it makes. I want to know what noise
So
it makes.
all right, all of you roll me move speed, and
It's
then
the
I
blood
will.
flower ones, I don't know.
I'll just roll the move speed of these little bastards, and we'll see. I'm gonna roll for all of them, so it'll just be one for all of them. Damn! Everyone got 15. The only person that hasn't rolled yet is Monk. Okay. Oh no! So you got a natural 20, and you got higher than them anyway. So, with your action of combat, what will you do? I said it, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Can I do some crazy acrobatic jump into him with my leg outstretched and just force him into the fire?
Yes. Roll me acrobatics. And we'll see if this thing can.
Oh wow!
So as you just go, what, and just run in. This
Joe,
thing
actually,
just.
here's a question: How far away is this one? How far away am I from this one?
That one is about 4 meters away.
Could I technically use my usage star to defend the blow for it?
Sadly, you can only do that if it's a reaction against an attack. However, this is this thing's reaction against his attack.
Yeah, fair enough.
As it hucks a spear at you. So it's a d4 plus another 2. That's 5. Which puts you on to 1 point of health left as you get speared. As the spear sticks into your gut. Now, obviously, it is now.
All you have done is made me stronger.
Yeah.
I was going to say I'm going to base it on the 2 higher modifiers, but since you both have 7, I'm going to say Ether goes first because Kaio just had an attack. So Ether, you get to go first. So you have to obviously walk into the room to be able to, or at least into the doorway to be at least able to do something.
Alright, okay. I think that this is going very badly. So at a distance, which ones are the closest they can do the most damage, or is it all just a free for all?
Practically, it's all just free for all. The only one that you won't be able to hit are the 2 that the other 2 were trying to attempt to fight, because basically Kaio is in the way of you, unless if you move around the side of him.
I guess I move around the side of him. I don't want to hit him. I don't want to hit any of my new party members. I guess I will try throwing it, a pebble at the biggest and nastiest one.
All of them look pretty much the same size and weight distribution.
Damn it, they're all big and nasty.
I mean, they're basically about at most a couple of feet tall. They're not the biggest.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to give them some. Actually, I could do combo, so I can hit to strike twice for my combo on my arrow.
That is true, although you will only be able to hit 1 twice, not 2 once.
That's fine. That's fine. That'll be good. I'm not sure about my. I'm gonna try and hit one of them that look like they could attack. Next,
There's only 2 closest to your teammates. One that literally just hucked its spear at Monk, and the other one that just slashed at Kaio's leg.
I'm gonna get the one with the spear. I think that looks like the most dangerous thus far.
I mean, he ain't got his spear no more, but okay.
No. Well, if he hasn't got his spear anymore, then I'll have the one that's still armed, I guess.
There are still quite a few more. I mean, you can just aim for another random one, to be honest.
A random one, I guess. Well, actually, I'll go for the one with the knife, because, so it doesn't do attack again.
Okay. Roll for it.
Okay, so here we go. My bow. Bow. Actually, do I roll dex or bow?
Accuracy.
I guess. Oh, just accuracy. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool. Right, yeah, no worries. Okay, so that's 5. Okay, alright.
This is stupid.
Natural
isn't it?
20 is this thing
This is
just
one of
basically
those.
dodges the arrow as if it's some kind of
It's more monk than monk.
it just basically dodges the arrow as if it just goes right by its eye, and it just looks over at you. It's just you're next, as it dodges the arrow, and That's the end.
So
That's
that's
the end
the
of
end
your
of my
turn.
turn.
Kaio, is
Save
that...
us is blind luck.
It's now
Can I
your
just
turn.
say, my trap idea looks a lot better now.
It does look a lot better now. Yeah, I was gonna.
Waited. We should have just waited.
I ain't waiting an hour to kill some.
No.
Go on, Kaio.
Oh,
You're not
Show,
waiting.
show us how it's done.
So,
Has a round
The problem is there ain't any water. That's my strong suit.
strange.
Darn fire.
Problem is, I'm
give me
half
water.
dead. That's not really my strong suit.
Yeah.
On the bright side, you've not taken enough damage to take any injuries, but
I can't attack things. That's.
My body is iron.
I mean, on the
I'm
bright
as strong
side,
as a goblin is Dexter.
yeah, I mean, yeah, on the bright side, you have equal chance, but the downside is you have equal chance.
Yeah.
What will your plan be?
You know what? I'll take my chances. I will try and take out this goblin.
Okay.
I shall be victorious.
yes, you shall. With a natural 20.
That is a natural 20. Let's hope that I don't get the same.
I am as strength as dexterous.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. So this thing dodges the arrow perfectly and it's like, haha, you're next. And then doesn't realise it just coming down with the power of Thor's hammer with your mace as you just hit it. Roll damage. Ah!
Wow, max damage.
As a splat, yep. As you just no, there's no question. It is just pasted. As one of them is now dead.
Can I roll intimidation? And go, which one's next?
You know what? Only just because you got a natural 20, I'll allow you to roll an intimidation after an attack.
Yeah. It probably won't work, but no. They're not intimidated.
I mean, no, not at all. In fact, they're too busy just looking at the fact that one of them got pasted. It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's our turn now. As it is now their turn now. As basically one of them just starts like getting this little pebble thrower, like this little slingshot, and just tries to yeet a stone at the elf.
Well,
so Ether, what are you gonna do against a pebble?
I mean, I could, of course, like, I'm gonna just try and
Pebble it
dodge
back.
it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna and see where it drops so I can pebble it back at them. But I'm gonna dodge it first.
All right, roll evasion.
All right, here we go. This, please, for the love of all that is holy, please. Oh my
Joe,
god!
I shall try and use my usage style.
Very
That's
well.
all right.
Roll for it, which I believe is in it movement speed and shield.
Yeah, the
proficiency.
movement speed is a 15 and the shield is a 10.
Okay. Nice. Yep.
Yep, so it definitely succeeds. So
And
I
it succeeds
block
against mine as well, yeah. So
Yep.
thanks to it, it
Wait,
blocks
do
it.
I can't get a counter attack off, can I? Because I
No,
know if it's
no.
like, yeah, because it's distance, yeah.
Yeah, it's distance. And also,
But
I
it's
mean, what's the
It's
damage
half
resistance?
damage, 15.
Yeah, there's no damage I can do against that, even with a natural 20, because it's a D4 plus 1.
Yeah,
So even
and it would be halved anyway
Yeah.
with this one. So.
so yeah, it just tinks off.
You are fined, my friend.
I sort of just, I mouth at you. Thank you.
Anyway, this other little one is now going to try and grab its spear back and basically try and attack you with the same spear, Monk. As it basically runs up to you and basically tries to pull it out of you. Now, to pull it, it will have to be a strength, which I believe is -1. Ah, yes, -1.
Doesn't matter. It'll get a higher roll than me.
Jeez, I got a 19,
mean,
which is an 18.
This is
You're
ridiculous.
not wrong. Unless natural 20, come on.
Come on, you can do this.
Oh,
You can do this, baby. Come on,
Could I try
for the
and, like,
win.
I mean, if it's coming for me, can I try and like swivel around it so it just jumps into the fire?
I mean, it's not close enough to the fire for you to just swivel it into the fire, but you could always either just try and roll dex to go back so that it can't be allowed to grab the thing.
Hmm.
I don't know why you just don't punch it, try and kill it before it can pull the spear out.
Because I can't exactly do that.
Although
guessing you don't do
you
that.
can obviously attempt to dex out. I mean, to be fair, it
Yeah.
is trying to just grab the spear and pull it out. It won't do any extra damage. But then afterwards, it's then going to attempt to for an attack.
Mm, Yeah. I guess I could just try and roll acrobatics
Okay.
and just see what awful fate awaits me.
As you attempt to do so, like it still grabs it. So literally, as you like roll acrobatic, as you try to move out the way, it grabs the tip of the spear, or at least the back of the spear, pulls it out of you. At this point, you have jumped back a little, but now this thing is now just going to try and just shank you again with the spear as it tries to throw it again with a dex. Jeez, what is it with my rolls? I got a 15 this time.
I'm probably dead.
Oh no, not Monk.
The guy in the bar was right. We're all gonna
You
die.
got this. You got this, Monk.
Oh
You
no,
got
and I
this.
never got to show off his
John,
name.
I'm guessing I can't do my thing again, can I?
What distance is it?
It's the same as my movement speed, which in this case is 28.
Oh yeah, dude, you can do this all over this area.
Well,
Like again, this is a 10-meter radius room.
Monk.
It's tiny, but it is
I
big
shall
enough.
save you, Monk.
I will attempt to duck under the spear.
Okay, well you roll
Counter.
acrobatics and Kaio still roll for your usage style either way.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got it. He's got it.
I guess.
Are you still gonna roll anyway? Ah, damn, no, I don't know. No.
Yeah,
As
so
you
it's
just
all
go,
good.
no! As it's almost like those like foreboding moves where it's like, oh no, it's gonna hit him. I've got you, and he's just not fast enough. As you think that he's about to get him. With your acrobatics, it's sort of like you just dodge under it, and basically the spear goes up past your head. It's that thing like in a show where it's like, aha, and it just slightly cuts a bit of your character's hair. As it is now. Back to, funnily enough, your turn, Monk.
Has a round of combat happened?
A round of combat has indeed happened, yes.
Is there any chance that me and Dago could actually hear what's going on?
You can attempt to roll wisdom, so yeah, perception.
Good luck.
Dicky hole.
Nope, I'm too busy digging the hole.
I'm just like,
Dago, you could have sworn that you heard something, but you're
The
not
screams
too
of the
sure.
damned.
You just basically, you just hear, ah! And that's,
No, Monk.
no, Monk! Oh, why? I was too late! Oh, it's okay. Oh, I didn't get hit. And that was about it.
I just like the idea of this little kobold head, like, just poking out of this deep hole. It's just, what that?
Like a meerkat. Huh?
he just, I mean, you see him do that, but then he just kind of like goes back to digging. They're probably fine.
You did that and you
Tall ones are fine.
you
Tall
see my
ones.
head pop- You just see my head pop up and go, "Are you gonna help?"
Tall one's fine. Tall one's fine.
So
Tall ones not think. Tall ones not think trap good. Dago show trap good.
as this goes on, Monk, it is now your turn again.
I guess I could try and sweep it with my legs so it goes prone.
You can attempt to do so. I guess roll finesse.
Sweep the leg jump.
You have got this, Monk.
Right. Still. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Is it? Yep. As you sweep the leg, Johnny, as it then goes prone, it's now going to have a disadvantage to any of the attacks that you have for the next rotation, at least.
No, I know it's called Fist of Will, but can I technically use it on my foot?
Absolutely, it's a usage style,
Yep.
so you can use it with any melee attack. So you have to roll willpower
as I
and then
sweep
attack.
it with my leg, I want to bring my heel back up and then just...
Sort of like a guillotine move where you just
Yes.
sweep the leg, and then as they're falling down, your leg is rotating, going back up, and then boosh, right in the middle of them. Yeah, go for it. Let's see if this works. Willpower and then dexterity or strength.
Well, the willpower works at
It
least.
does indeed. I have to roll a disadvantage with this little guy.
Oh my god.
You got a 6, and I still got a 9. As he just sort of like rolls off to the side, just as you do that, he is inches away from the fire. He's feeling the warmth, but he hasn't taken the damage yet. But he hasn't gotten a high enough roll to be able to counterattack. It is now the turn of the Elven Grace, Ether.
It's not going so well. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can knock him into the fire with my let's see. I've got how many more pebbles? I've just got 3 more pebbles left. So that's kind of what all right. I've used up my combo for the day, haven't I? So
You haven't actually been able to get it off yet, so no.
I'll try it. I'll try it with an arrow. I'll try it on this thing. So if I don't hit it, if I don't get off combo, I could at least do a bit of damage to me. You could like be poked into the fire, perhaps.
Perhaps.
All right. Let's try my accuracy then.
I have to be honest, I've been getting the freakiest of all of the rolls that I've ever gotten ever.
What do you mean? You do this all the bloody time.
I've never gotten rolls this ridiculous.
Lieutenant.
Actually, those made sense. These don't make any sense. And you know it. Right, okay, here we go.
I swear to God. I swear. Yes, finally!
I mean, I was going to roll the disadvantage because he's still prone, but yeah, no, that still works. Yeah, you're getting the one in the that was fighting Monk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Help.
Yeah, as you hit him, roll D4 and roll a D8.
D4. No. That's for my arrows. I don't have that.
Oh, sorry, you're shooting an arrow. I thought you were throwing a pebble.
Yeah, because I was getting combo. So,
okay.
Because I haven't got it on.
Okay, roll your damage for your bow then.
Oh, it's just D6. See if this works.
What's the path of the arrows? Because I thought.
Wow. Oh yeah, +1. Sorry, so I get 2.
So that's 2. Okay. And I shall roll a dexterity for its. Oh wait, no, it's lying down. Yeah, so it can't be pushed back. If it was on its feet, it could have actually had to roll dexterity to not be knocked back. But yeah. So yeah, you do 2 points of damage to it.
Yeah, but I haven't got enough combo or anything, have I?
No.
No, never mind.
Anyway, yeah. So as that goes on, it is now the turn of Kaio.
Can I roll a perception to see if I can see what they were drinking? Because surely they got to be drinking something.
Yes, absolutely. Roll perception.
Come on, have some water. Be some healthy boys. Come on. Water's good for you. Surely you drink it. For fuck's sake.
You can't see anything around you. You can't see any of this booze or water or any kind of drink of anything.
Oh, well.
You're not entirely sure if they even drink.
I'm going to stand guard because one of my friends is very close to dying, so I shall stand guard to wait to defend him.
Very well. As that is the end of your turn, it is now the turn of the next lot of goblins. As one is now running towards, funnily enough, running towards you, Ether. As this one has now got a little shiv as it's going to try and, well, shiv.
Well, I guess I mean I need to just I don't really have anything to counterattack, do I? I mean, my powers are not reactive, I don't think.
No, but if you use evasion, you can then use range-based attacks.
Well, I'm gonna do that then. This is the best thing I got at the moment.
Very well.
Any last words, everyone?
I mean, at least you have health left.
That's true. I haven't actually.
I
taken
shall
any damage.
defend thee.
Attempt to defend thee. Because I didn't think that.
MVP, I need a
Oh,
paladin.
thank God.
No.
You're left by
Oh
yourself.
my God. Oh no,
Yeah,
that's
it's
you.
not
No, that's not you. Oh well, at least
Yeah,
thank God.
You're
take
getting-
4
you're getting
points of
shanked
damage.
today.
You are getting shanked this day. So you take your
I'm not
first.
getting chat though.
Your
Mr.
first-
Shank.
Your first 4 points of damage. I can't believe that Sam's plan is actually the most sensible one that we've ever seen in any of
Yeah.
our games ever.
The plan
Hold
was
on a
just
minute.
lure them out into the giant hole and let them be either die from the fall or
My
stuck
character
in a
does have
hole.
very
We
low
ain't
intelligence.
waiting. Also, all our intelligences are really low. So.
All of our
hold on a
patiences are
second.
really low.
Education was more spiritual.
Hold on a second. I rolled 12 on evasion, and yeah, so Yeah,
I
I'm
got
not getting hit, but you
16.
you got 16.
Yep.
Oh,
The one right above.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one
right, I
directly
see.
above.
No.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
as
Sorry,
a lot of
sorry, I didn't see
16s.
that.
as you take as you take a lovely 4 points of damage, we now come to the other one, which is actually now going to try and help its near the fire friend, as it's going to try and help attack Monk, as this one runs at you with like a little, basically a rock on a stick.
Well,
Actually, that would be a 16 because it's a strength roll, not a dex. Just realised.
Okay.
So it's a 16.
I don't know if that really helps.
No, but
Come on, Monk.
it's
Please don't die, Monk.
Alright, I will.
We hardly knew ye.
Kaio might be able to help, but considering
Oh
his
my
roll
god, I'm
last
gonna
time,
see what Monk. I need to.
I'm gonna
Monk.
roll the acrobatics. I'm gonna try and move past it and get behind it, and we'll be optimistic here.
right, optimism is going to be the saviour here.
It is the key. Optimism
I mean-
is the
Oh
key.
god.
Damn
I
optimism!
shall
I don't suppose can we also roll
save
into
thee.
here?
Optimism has failed us. Kaio, we need your help.
Can
No.
we roll?
Three natural ones in a row.
This is rigged.
I don't suppose could we roll once again to hear this to see how badly it's going? No,
I mean, you will be able to at some point. Okay, so you are now. So you get bonked on the head. You are now unconscious.
Do I get to roll?
So.
Oh yeah, that's the point. Could he roll the willpower thing to neutralize the damage?
Yes, you can attempt to do so.
Oh
Do it,
boy.
Monk.
Oh, Monk, you can
Willpower
do it. Oh, there we go.
and then-
Willpower. Come on. Come on.
No.
This
Ah.
game is rigged.
So as you lie there unconscious with a little head bump, it is now the time of the others to see if they hear. Roll perception, both Tack and Dago.
We've only officially taken out one of 6 or
Nope.
one of 7.
No.
No, and
Enjoying this far too much.
no. So Dago, you kind of hear something. You just basically hear la 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 la. Monk, no, and that's about it.
Dago! You think tall ones in trouble?
What? What do you mean? None of sounds come out of there.
Dago hears sounds of ooh, monk, and
Do you think we should check?
Dago thinks so.
Fine, well,
Tall one's not no goblins like kobold.
I mean, I was enjoying myself, but if you think that we should go,
Have they finished the? They've not finished the trap.
No,
No,
we've
no,
barely
no.
started.
Oh.
If anything, about 5 minutes have gone past out of their 100 minutes thing. So 95 minutes is still remaining for this trap.
Dago think we make hole later. We make trap later for bigger thing.
all right, man. Let's go. Let's see what's going on. I mean, I was enjoying myself, but yeah.
Both of you roll me move speed, and if you both get above 15, you can get into the next round of combat.
No.
So that's you, that's no, and then let's see.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't beat it,
Wait.
so no.
Actually, I was going to ask, can I roll acrobatics and just to jump on his back?
I mean,
Because he's moving.
you
Because
can.
he's bigger.
Okay, you can roll
I'm very
acrobatics.
strong.
I mean, it's still, he got a 15, not any higher than 15, so.
It's funny, everyone with +7 got a 15.
It's incredible.
It is weird, isn't it? It is very strange. Okay, so
Oh my god.
Nope.
so you're just gonna have to run
He's
alongside
throwing me
him.
out the hole.
So as you guys are going there, it's now back to what would have been Monk's turn. So it's now Ether's turn.
Oh jeez. I mean, I mean, I don't, this is going real south, man. I mean, the only thing I can think of doing is just like, distracting all of the goblins to come and charge at me, so I can
That's a
leave the house.
terrible idea.
That's a wonderful idea.
That's brilliant.
Uh,
How much did she have to drink?
I just want them to
In
get
real
away
life?
from you, because they're gonna kill you, and I've still got like 15 points.
They
of
won't
health,
kill
so
her,
I'm
not as long as I am here.
I
well,
mean,
well,
you
that-
failed
It's
your
totally
ability
works.
3 times in a row now.
Nah. I mean, I've only failed it twice, I checked.
Oh, okay, fair
Oh.
enough.
But it's rigged.
Yeah.
Those natural ones are rigged.
I mean, it's just. I keep telling you this. The dice roll has it in for us. Like, we need to use a new system because every single time this happens.
I mean, what are
Just
you gonna
plain misery.
do? Are you gonna roll taunt, or are you gonna try and attack one of them, or what's your plan here?
Okay, I'll go back to my stones, and I'm going to try and do a. I'm gonna try and like make the biggest noise fucking possible with this. I'm sorry, pardon my French. The biggest noise possible with my little bullet powers of stones.
And how exactly do you wish to go about doing so with a pebble?
Well, since it's the with my powers, I can use it at the velocity of a bullet. I can do it so that it hits the ground with an incredible sort of speed and velocity, and make a horrible basically it's like firing a bullet at the ground.
Very well. Roll SP.
Yeah, at the feet of the a collection of goblins.
Oh, at the feet of the... Oh, well, in that case, SP and then accuracy.
Yeah, XP and then accuracy. Yeah.
He shoots
Accidentally hit one of them in the head.
He just has a...
You're gonna hit Monk
yeah,
again,
got
aren't
it.
you?
As long as he doesn't try to catch it.
It's that
And then
moment where he
breaks
just
his
Ultra
back.
Instincts grabs it in his
Yeah.
hand, and his hand just mulches.
I did try to. Well, I did try to warn you.
I mean, you didn't.
Right, so 14
I
and then accuracy.
Okay. uh,
Natural one.
I mean,
Oh,
Oh,
did it?
no,
I
it's
feel-
really good.
So as you throw it and you smash it against something, it does make a very loud noise, crack, as the entire thing. I want to point out, even the other two that have only just now entered the cave can now hear that very loud boom as it cracks, and it's almost like a small sound of thunder that echoes throughout the entire, well, I guess you could say, chasm at this point. All of the goblins stare up at you, looking directly at you. Every single one of them. Just for a second, wondering what the hell that was. It is now the turn of Kaio. So there's the one
Did you have a
that's...
plan, or...?
get Mug and run!
So you still got you still got two goblins next to Monk's unconscious body, and then the others that are sort of around the sort of back half of the around the sort of back half of the actual bonfire itself. So what exactly do you want to do with that?
Or me. Or you, yeah.
Oh, me. Kinda just want to try and kill them all, not gonna lie. Have any of the others actually been damaged yet?
No.
Oh,
One of them has, but it's the one that was lying down. It's now gotten back up. It's
Yeah.
directly in front of the fire, and it has an arrow sticking out of its stomach.
Joe, can I put my shield in front of me, run up the goblin, and just try and bash it into the fire?
You can definitely do that. Roll. I'm going to say roll labor, and I'll try and get this thing to roll dex to run away, or at least try
Okay.
and dodge you.
Just trips over my unconscious body.
Oh man, that'd be so funny. I'm not even gonna lie. Right, I'll roll. That one, it does
Amazing.
exactly as Bill said, as it trips over.
Yes!
But it's that almost like anime sort of thing of it trips over and it's still in midair by the time that the shield is hitting it. As it goes, no, boosh. As it then slams, like as you like literally smack it, almost like like the parry.
Actually, that's the point. Would my shield do any damage to it?
Yes, it would. So first of all, roll a d4, and then you add half of the damage modification
Which
of
is
that.
+6.
Yes.
Which I think kills anyway.
Doosh!
practically.
As you kill this thing as it then just hits into the fire, as the fire sort of erupts as embers sputter out all over the place. And now I'm going to roll a severity. Okay, so you knock over the roasting pig, and the embers just sort of splat out, sort of the opposite direction of where your attack came from.
Yeah.
Because of that, it then does kill this thing. So therefore, so now now that that's happened, the other one in front of it, next to Monk, is just sort of like, oh no, oh no. As this happens, it's now the goblin's turns. So, the one next to you is going to attempt to smack you with its rock on a stick.
I shall defend myself. when it loads.
When it loads, dice bots on
Techno
Discords, guys. Dun, 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 dun,
It's
dun,
Our
dun,
luck
dun,
has to
dun, 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 dun,
improve.
dun.
Dicebot is just sort of like, how bad could I make this?
The tension. The tension.
You know you love me. Come on.
Looking for
We've
a
had
way to
rough
maximise
relationships.
Oh,
separate.
baby. Come on, Papa needs a new pair of shoes. Come on.
Come on. We've had bad relationships. I'm sorry for the past, but come on, we can make things up.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure all of the dice bots were able to still work, but
I'll roll it again.
yeah,
I'll
roll it again.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh, the first one was a
Unbelievable.
20.
The first one's a 20, as we would say, it's the
that
first one.
means it's 10 or above, right?
Yes, so that means
I
that
get
you get a
counterattack.
counterattack, yeah.
Yes!
So you can roll damage. So as it like clinks off of it, and it's almost you do again the parry as you just knock it back, and then you just swing
Another one
towards it.
bites the dust.
Another one does indeed bite the dust as you clock it, and again it just mulches the head.
How dare you hurt my friend!
As that is now 3 out of 7 down, there are 4 left. As it's now the end of the goblins' turns because they got counterattacked. Is now the
At least we have one capable party.
as the
member.
as the tiefling and and the kobold rush in as you just see as the mace comes down, smacks its head, and then just basically bulges its eyes out of its sockets as it just goes
and
down.
by your area as well, it's just a dead goblin with its skull caved in.
No, it's just a splat where a goblin was.
Oh, yes.
As you just full forced all the way down. As yes, Dago and Tak, as it's Tak's turn first out of the two of you. Tak, you see this. The other 4 goblins are on the other side of a fire. The closest 2 are about 6 meters away from where you currently are, as they are right next to Ether.
Okay.
I just mouth, help me.
Do we need to roll mood speed or anything?
No, you've already done that because that was your 15.
Okay. In that case, I would like to. How far away are they?
6 meters.
6 meters. In that case, hang on. Alright, can I produce my tentacles? My 2 tentacles?
Roll SP to produce tendrils.
It's just +1 because I'm level 1 in
Yeah.
tendril manipulation. No.
No, you do not. I'm afraid.
Alright, in that case, can I just go over to Ether and sort of get in the way.
Yeah, you
of the
can.
goblin
Yeah,
fighting.
because your move speed is plenty enough. Yeah, you can walk in
And
front basically.
Can I do anything else?
Yeah. You still have an action left.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to spit ink into the eyes of one of them.
Okay. Roll for the requirements of those. I believe it's
Yes.
a druidic level, and that's
And
it.
Just druidic level.
Yeah, it's just druidic level. Yeah, just roll that then.
Yeah.
Nice. Do I have to roll anything? Isn't it wisdom or
Remember to
con?
make an endurance 15 plus, or be blinded for D4 rounds.
Oh dear, because these dudes have -1. Yep. No, he is blinded for how long? Sorry.
Rounds.
Nice, 2 rounds. He is blinded for 2. Oh dear. And that is
Now he has Ultra Instinct.
that is the end of your turn. Dago, it is now your turn as you are seeing this happen as the tiefling runs up next to the elf and spits ink in the face of one of the goblins.
Can I ask how many goblins are still standing at this point?
There are 4. One is blinded, and the other 3 are standing around two sides of the bonfire. 2 on the left and 2 on the right.
Okay. I think it's time for Dago to try and be the hero here. And by that I mean he's going to lift his arms up and with rushing his beak open, he's gonna "Rah!" and try and shoot ice breath out of his mouth.
Okay, I guess roll the things. Isn't it a willpower and a SP?
Yo, bam!
So that's
It
one.
works.
That's
So
one
let's see.
roll.
No, this one is to hit.
No, you need a minimum of
Nope.
10, I'm afraid.
Okay.
As you
Then
go,
can
try to summon something and it doesn't work. Since this is an attack, that was the end of your turn.
Oh, can I not roll the high?
I'm afraid not. As it is now the turn of... Okay, Bill, so it now comes back to you. You can decide to roll survival to try and wake up, or you can leave it. It's up to you.
I mean, I might as well try.
Roll it. Survival.
I mean, even if I'm not my character.
10 or above will give you 4 positive health. 1d4 of positive health, or 15 will give you a positive 6.
Well,
You're still unconscious with a 6, I'm afraid. As we now go into the second
probably what's better for
round
me
since
anyway.
this has happened, it's now the time of Ether. Ether. One of them has now got ink in their eyes, and the other one has not. You have now also seen the 2 other party members rush in to try and help and save you. What do you do?
Well, I mean, are they too close for me to throw another pebble at the one that hasn't been blinded?
No one's
'Cause
ever too close to roll. I mean, to be fair, they're about a meter or 2 away from you, so you're fine.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to well, first of all, I'm going to use my discovery perk, which is I don't have to roll for SP. It's just an automatic, but I can only use it once a day.
Okay. Roll
And then I'll
accuracy
just
then.
have to roll accuracy. There we go. With my little pebble. Oh, please.
Wait, which one are you going for?
I'm going for the one that isn't blinded. I'm going for the one that... Because the one that isn't blinded, that's already, been pretty darn... That's not as much of a threat as the one that isn't blinded. So,
That is fair enough assumption.
yeah. Here we go. Please, God. Please. Yes!
Okay. I mean, unless if I get an extra 20, I doubt that this can dodge it. Okay, there you go, yep. And then roll d8 plus d4 plus 1.
D8 plus...
It's incredible because your arrows always do a d6 plus 1, but these things, if you can actually gamble it, you can do so much more with your powers thanks to your magical ability. And that is a total of 8. Yep, you kill this thing.
Yeah.
As it just basically, you throw the pebble and it just goes through its chest and just hits the ground immediately. Like, ah!
I wonder, am I getting points for throwing actually at this point?
Yeah,
or-
every time that you've succeeded so far.
Yeah.
As we
Nice.
now move on to Kaio. Okay, so Kaio, there are 2 ones behind the unconscious body. They're about 2 meters back, and they're sort of on the other side at this point of the fire. You can obviously just walk
Are either
around
of
the
them
fire.
the blinded one, or...?
No, neither of them are the blinded one.
Okay, then I shall stand in front of Monk's body I shall guard myself.
Very well. As it now comes round to the goblins' turns. So, the goblin in front of you is going to attempt to throw a rock. With a 15. Does it land,
assuming that's
Kaio?
We shall find out.
I don't know how you're getting something like 15s and 16s.
I have no idea either. The rolls are high. The danger is also high. Yep, no, you defend from that. And the other one, this time, tries to run at you and shiv you in the legs again.
Oh no!
Not again.
That's time
They're
for some
getting
leg
better.
shiving. Yeah.
They're only getting more
Come on,
and more.
game. Come on, dice roll. We've sorted out our relationship. We can do this. No, we can't.
No,
No.
we haven't. No,
It
the
was
breakup's still on.
The breakup's still on. It was a piece was never an option. As this thing cars into your leg yet again, dealing. The tension is high. 3 points of damage.
I'm down to 6, right?
Yeah. So in sum total, you've taken 7 points of damage.
Oh,
So, yeah. As we now move on to the blinded one, as it's just sort of rubbing its eyes and it can't really do anything. We now come back to your turn. Tack.
Okay, I'm just going to just basically try and grab. Well, how many are left?
Just in front of you, only one, but there are 3 in total. There are 3 in total.
Tendrils again.
Okay. Roll SP.
One.
Still no with a 5, I'm afraid.
I'm too far from water. So I'm just going to try and grab a hold and sort of. Well, I'm just going to pick him up with my 2 right-handed, so left hands, and just pick him up by the scruff of his neck, and just sort of hold him at arm's length away from me.
Okay. Roll labour with advantage. I'm going to roll weight, which is a d20 minus 5. 7. Yeah. Yeah, you pick him up.
18. Yeah. And I'm just going to basically just hold him like that. And then can I still do other things?
I'm afraid not. No, that was the last action.
No, I thought that was an attack. Yeah. So I can't walk anywhere or anything, can I?
No.
Okay.
So, that is now the time of Dago. So, Dago, on the right side, you've got 2 different goblins, both of which that have just attacked the big blue one. And on the left side is currently being held by the tiefling, 1 goblin.
Okay, I think it's time. You just see Dago like pull out the leaf once again, and do 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 do, as it like in a just kind of like almost like explodes, and you see him holding a wooden sword with a leaf coming out of the one like part of the sword.
That's impressive and entirely cute.
I love
And
this.
he's pretty much just going to, as kobolds do, leap forward and try and stab the blind one.
Okay.
That is dangling about 8 foot in the air.
I mean, I guess roll acrobatics then, and then we'll see if you can do it.
Climb up his arm.
Super Dex?
Oh,
Oh,
no. As you go, yeah, and then you just try and jump, and you just basically miss as you like fall on your back.
Yeah.
oh,
Could
bless.
ask me for a shield boost.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could have
cool.
you could have always attacked one of the other ones that weren't being held by a giant. Well,
To be fair,
equivalent to you.
considering the role you got, what you did was probably the better outcome.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So now it comes right back around. Bill, are you going to attempt to roll survival again?
Might as well.
Come on, baby.
Come on,
Do it.
Monk.
When
You
was the
got
last
this.
time I rolled above a 10?
So
Not
long
today.
ago.
It's been so long ago, honestly. That's another 5, I'm afraid. So we're right back
This is
around
some very
to
improbably bad luck.
Ether. So, Ether, the other one, the other goblin, the blind goblin, is now currently being held up by the tiefling or tiefling, but you do have 2 other victims over on the other side of this little cavern.
Victims to be.
Victims to be.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. I will. I've got my last pebble. I might as well use my last pebble on one of the further away ones. I think I think they've got the blind one. They'd make mincemeat of him. So yeah, just one of the random far away ones.
Okay.
Any of them is fine. And I'm rolling my powers first. Let's try this, please. No, that doesn't work. So we'll try. Well, I guess
roll
it's
accuracy.
yeah, just roll my accuracy.
I mean, hey, it's damage is damage.
Hey, damage is damage. That's true. But not today.
No.
Or today.
No, you are correct. You can land it. So roll damage.
That's just
D4 plus
D4,
one.
isn't it?
It's the
D4
same as your
plus one.
arrow, so
Well, actually,
Oh,
not really, because I've got
less.
D6 plus
Yeah.
1. So yeah.
2 points less.
2 points. Wonderful.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So we now come around to Kaio. As this thing just got hit in the face with a. Funnily enough, I'm going to say it's the pebble thrower that got hit in the face with a pebble. Ow! Ow!
Ah,
Sort of rubbing its head.
How distracted is he by this? Not very, or
I'll roll the severity. Not very.
darn.
The irony of a pebble
Mm.
thrower being hit
And I'm
by a
assuming the one that
pebble.
stabbed me took his knife out of me.
It's more like a slash.
Okay.
Than a stab.
I can take like one more hit and then I'm down.
That is not far from the truth, I'm afraid. So what will
what
you
would
do?
shield bastion count as? In terms of,
Technically,
like,
technically it would be
Wh-
counted as just strength.
okay.
And also, obviously, each time you hit someone with your shield, it would then count for, shield
Yeah, yeah.
proficiency.
Oh. Yeah, I'll try and hit the pebbler.
Okay.
Come on. We got this.
Damn.
this.
You got a 7, but I got a natural 1. Yep. Roll
Yeah.
damage. Boosh.
That is 4 down now.
Yep. That is leaving only 2 left as you knock this one into a wall, and it basically just, you can hear a very unforgettable crunch. It just smacks into a wall. However, there is still one next to you, and that one is becoming very apparent as it just goes, "No, brother!" Takes out his knife and is going to attempt to cut at you again, Kaio.
I shall block.
Ah.
We got this.
Holy cow.
Ah, yes, counterattack.
As it tries to slash at your legs again, you just put your shield in the way, and then it can already see, as it looks up,
As
you've
I bring the
raised your...
hammer down, as I bring the mace down, I go, may your creator be kind. Just like bring it down.
wow.
Oh, damage, please. Oh,
Oh no, that is totally wrong. I wish I was rolling a d20 for damage.
damn. Deus Vult.
Oh,
As that leaves only one left, the blind one, and we now come back to Tuck. You're currently holding this thing as it's currently trying to rub its eyes, as it's just like... You can start seeing some of the ink getting out of its eyes. It might be able to see soon enough. However, what will you do?
Just holding it at arm's length. I'm going to walk over to the other one. Because there's only one more left, isn't there?
No, this is the
None.
last one.
None left.
Alright. Okay. I'm just going to hold it up and just go... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm eating.
It's an interesting thing to say to the goblin.
I'm just going to be like, hey, man, what are you doing? I mean, we just wanted you to go. I mean, if you leave, just, I mean, uh, what happened here? What are you doing?
It just seems to be sort of snarling at you as it's just sort of like rubbing its eyes. You can see the amount of hatred in its face. It's snarling its teeth like as if it's some kind of rabid dog. It is very aggressively upset with you, and it's almost like as if it's like, as soon as this is out of my eyes, I'm going to find the nearest thing that I can do to get out of this grip and kill you.
It's almost as if it heard one of its
and I-
brethren
and I-
scream,
and I-
"Brother, no!" and then get a mace to the head.
The fact that you said it's like a rabid dog, so I know that there's no way of dealing with this. It's either kill it or it will continue to try and kill us.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw it in the fire.
Ah!
Cast into the fire.
Cast it into the fire.
Oh, I'm not even gonna say a contest. I'm now just gonna roll the environmental damage, which at this point is a D6. As you throw it into the fire, it takes 2 points of damage. As it gets sounds, ah! It's not dead, but it is burning.
Does the ink catch light?
No.
Uh,
But it is definitely on fire, and it's.
I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna turn to the others and go, "Goblins, I get it now."
Jeez.
As this is happening, Dago, the closest thing to a turn is now yours. Do you do anything?
I'm going to attempt to cut off the goblin's head.
You can attempt to do so, although I do warn you, they are currently standing in a fire.
I have their head fire. I'm assuming. What way are they? What way are they in the fire? Is the fire that gigantic?
No, it's not. No, it's honestly not. No, you can still attempt to swing for it. I'm just saying, be careful. That's all
It
I'm
was
saying.
big enough to have a pig on it. Let's just say that.
Oh, but like that's still not that big.
That's the point.
Yo!
Of food.
I shall now roll for its.
Is he trying to evade?
Oh no! It still can't evade yet. But I was just going to roll for its Constitution. Actually, roll damage. Okay. Actually, I'll say this because if your damage is high enough, then I might just be able to do that.
It's.
Because I assume that it was this was for the injury. I was just going to say. Nice. I mean, that's more than enough of its health, but I was just going to roll in case. Yeah, I mean, even had you not rolled for the damage, it would have still cut off its head because that yeah. But yes, no, the damage is enough to kill it. So yeah, it is dead. It has been vanquished.
Okay.
And because of that, its head rolls onto the floor.
Like, just as the head wipe does that, he just kind of swipes the blood off and then just sticks the sword back on his back, and it, in another poof, becomes a leaf again.
I want to point out the way that this goes down is it goes, and that's it. The silence culls throughout the entire room as the only thing that's left crackling and burning is the remains of its body.
Well, successful job, guys. Monks.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna try and like turn it over like I'm cooking it. I'm curious.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Can I
no.
roll-
I mean,
Can I roll history
hang
to see if
on.
I've ever?
We've never tried pig before, and they're roasting.
Can I roll to see if I know if goblin tastes nice?
Well, knowledge. Or survival, actually. Survival. Survivalist. Let's see. I mean,
Down to the person, really.
you've never eaten it, but it does smell nice right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna pass on that.
Well,
Why pointy tall one, not goblin? Not want goblin meat.
Come on.
Because it's more like a
What-
person.
There's no point. If we're gonna kill it, we gotta eat it. It's the rules of the hunt. You don't waste this sort of stuff.
Well, they're not really.
Why else would you kill
beasts.
something other than to eat it? Or
Me, I'm agreeing.
I mean, you could.
I mean, I can't say they're wrong.
There's pig. I mean, you could eat the pig.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we shall eat the pig. I'm curious about this one.
I'm
Although
putting-
we should probably
I'm putting
get
the pig back onto the spit, if I can. I'm
Yeah.
setting it up again.
Yeah, fair enough. Whilst this is going on,
Oh.
does anyone tend to monk?
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
gonna-
say, can I
yeah,
again
but-
try and find their form of whatever they were drinking?
Yes, absolutely. Roll for investigation.
If one of you wouldn't mind helping me at all.
Oh yeah, I can
Well,
help you. with
I'm actually going to go. Now that I've sorted that out, I'm now going to go over to Monk.
Okay. So
I'm going to tend for the food.
Oh. There
Okay.
we go. I've got investigation of 12. Do I find anything?
You find a couple of water skins. Basically, they're quite small. They're quite tiny. They look like as if they might be made out of the stomachs of pigs. They're basically
I'll give them.
leathered.
I'll give them to Kaio then.
Okay.
Ah, good. After getting them, I shall head back over to our monk.
Fair enough. Beforehand, Tack, you said that you were going to go over to Monk for a reason.
Yeah, I'm going to see what's wrong with him because I didn't see him get knocked out.
He is damaged by a small spear wound into the stomach, damage that is severe onto the centre of his left hand, and he seems to have taken some kind of knock to the side of the head.
Right. So he's not taking any kind of ailments. He's just hurt.
No, just hurt.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just sort of going to apply pressure to the stab wound because I'm guessing he's bleeding a lot.
He's actually not bleeding all that much, to be fair. It wasn't deep enough to actually commit too much bleeding.
All right. I'm just going to check him over and see if it's actually because I can't heal him in any kind of way.
Fair enough. As you're just tending to him, making sure that he's okay.
Yeah.
We now come to Kaio.
Just making sure he's still breathing.
I go. Would you mind holding him up? Chest up, right, so he can drink something.
Yeah, I sit him up.
Great, I'm going to choke to
I'm
death.
gonna open the thing and I'm gonna try and bless the liquid inside using my my paladin ability,
Very well. Roll for it.
which is a 10 or above.
That's good.
Come on. We shall be here as
5.
long as it takes.
Fair enough. As that's going on. So you are tending to the spit, Dago. As you do so, roll me survivalist.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're the only one in this group that can actually cook things.
Oh, sorry, what?
They're slightly well done, shall I say?
As you're doing so, you're not even paying attention to that. You're you keep rotating it, and you actually don't realise that it gets lighter because half of it. You know when someone says, "Yeah, it's peel off the bone," that's how tender it is. What you don't realise is it peels all the way off of the actual ropes that it was held
No,
onto.
it's not that. It's I'm not even focused on the actual thing itself. I'm just kind of gently trying to turn the goblin over so it gets cooked all the way around.
So basically, it just falls into the fire.
It's all ruined. We won't get to
free
do
food.
it.
The pig is ruined
Yeah, free food.
Oh my god.
as it's turning to ash as we speak.
Ah.
Whilst this is going on, Ether, is there anything else that you want to do? And Tack, is there anything that you want to do?
Well, now that I've just noticed that, I'm going to go over and start dealing with I'm going to make sure that Monk is securing his upright position, and then lean him against a wall, and then go back over to the fire and try and get the pig out and sort of lay it to one side and try and clean it up a bit.
Very well.
Get the goblin bits off it if people don't want the goblin bits.
No, I do not.
Just the elf going,
I
so
know.
uncivilized.
Oh yeah, I'm so snooty, not eating a sentient being.
You can hardly call
Yeah.
it sentient.
I mean,
I beat
I mean,
Charles,
they have the
brother.
hunger is hunger.
Brother, yes. How many meals do you know have the concept of family? No, just
lot.
brother.
Totally,
Well, yeah,
a lot of
probably.
animals have the concept of
Well-
family, but we won't
Well,
talk about
I guess I'm a vegan now. Okay.
I mean, kobolds don't even really understand this concept of family. They just know, well, it's dead now. It's not going to go anywhere. It's there for food.
that. And that is understandable.
that
It's
is
the
a,
ones you put in front of you, so they get killed first.
that's a good way of life.
they
Anyway, Kaio, roll again. No.
I shall be
I'm
here as long
gonna-
as it takes.
I think
I'm
I should
going
just
to.
roll at this point to see if I wake up, which I probably won't.
Yeah, I
mean,
know
you
what
should
I'm
roll
gonna
it just
do.
in
then.
case.
You can roll survival,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, do it. See it. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Yay!
Roll a d4.
Oh boy.
Yay.
Okay, so with that, I just now need to have a look. So as you awaken, you are led to see the rest of the group, just sort of in different positions, including the paladin sort of leaning over you, trying to basically he's got both of his hands on what looks to be like some kind of leathered pig stomach. As he's just going, "Come on, bless!"
I guess I will look around.
You notice quite a lot of goblin corpses, but in the middle of the room, or at least in front of the fire, is a severed goblin head. You see the
Whoa,
rest.
I did all of this in my sleep.
Oh no!
You sure did.
Oh, you're awake, monk. I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, you did this. Good job, monk.
Roll to
You
see.
saved us.
Roll the seat, coward.
Hey, I'm not a coward.
Roll.
That
You
was
are a
rude.
bad liar.
Roll
Yeah,
insight, monk.
sure.
Here comes. It'd just be so funny if I got nat one. This
You'll
will
get
be
the
my
good rolls
actual
This
now,
would be
watch.
great if the entire game. Oh, okay, no.
Yeah, I knew it!
It's actually painfully obvious to you
Three
now.
nat 20s and none of them were actually useful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
none of them. None of them were
Oh,
useful so
wait.
far. I mean, XP, but not very useful XP. Yeah, it's become very painfully obvious what happened. You got knocked unconscious by a goblin, and he's obviously trying to lie, but the worst part is everyone, including you. In fact, you even can tell that everyone else can tell that he's lying. You're like, oh man, even the kobold's gonna know. Even the corpses know that he's lying.
I mean, you have to love that. The kobold was the one to survive this.
I
Didn't take any
To be
damage.
fair, you didn't rush in and try and dive kick her.
And
After
Yes.
trying to catch what is equivalent to a bullet.
To be
Yeah.
fair, they didn't know about that one.
There was
Yeah.
no way I could have known.
Fair
just-
enough.
having heard that conversation, I'm just gonna rip a leg off the pig, and just go, "Hey guys, we got food if you want it," and just sort of munch on it.
It's not very nice though. But
Fairly ashy, but there's still some meat on the bones left.
You don't
That's
waste.
probably going to do more harm than good.
how does the goblin arm taste?
That isn't finished cooking yet.
I
Oh, is it
mean,
not? Okay.
Dago can eat it if he wishes.
I mean, yeah.
With a survival check,
I mean,
technically.
I'm
check how well
pretty
it's
sure.
cooked.
I'm pretty sure it's either kobolds or lizard folk that actually prefers their food raw anyway.
Yeah, I can't remember honestly.
Either
Like
way,
Kobold's probably
Fermentation.
good. Yeah, he
Go
just
try it.
began. It's slightly cooked. It's ready.
I mean, it was set on fire before it died, so I
Exactly.
mean, you know.
It's
Slightly
browned
cooked.
over. It's browned over. It's fine.
It's seared.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll metabolism.
Joe, may I roll to bless the water again?
Absolutely. Dago, with a 5, the best thing that I could say is it's hard to chew down. Very stringy. Its flavour is, if you could imagine a bitter green taste, that is the best way. It's very vague, but it doesn't have that much great flavour. As you swallow it, you're almost like it's hard to keep down. You are not comfortable with this food, nor the taste, nor the texture, nor the feeling
You
after
haven't-
swallowing it.
Having eaten bugs, I'm assuming. Still terrible, but you know, it's food.
It's food, but after
Just not nice.
after swallowing a couple of mouthfuls, you feel uneased.
Mm.
Goblin bad.
I don't.
Well,
I don't think that's
what do
quite
we-
appropriate, mate.
what do we do now? Shall we stay here for the night, or shall we head back? It's quite dark.
Well,
Well,
Although we
I-
do have the light to return, so I don't know if we want to do that as quick as possible,
well,
um,
I was gonna have dinner. I mean, there's food here, and then I was just gonna look around the cave. I mean, we're done here, really. Otherwise, aren't we?
yeah, I'd rather not stay around here for very long. It's full of corpses.
Tell
Not
you
very
what.
nice.
How about we eat? We have a little exploration, and then head back. We
or... I mean,
we got
Joe, how much of more of this cave is there? Is this just kind of the main bit, or...
Roll perception or investigation.
It's gotta be some shady back room somewhere.
Probably like children that need amazing.
No.
No. It's
Well-
clearly just this bit.
It's just Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm just going to have to roll a perception because I do want the pebble throwers pebbles. Actually, I'd like to stock up on some more pebbles.
Okay. Roll me
Where would we
a-
ever find pebbles in a cave?
Roll me investigation.
Okay. It's only a +2 still. Oh well. That'll change eventually. Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing at
Can
all.
I also look?
You can indeed.
Love how after combat our rolls are just horrendous now.
I mean,
Yeah.
after combat.
I mean, yeah, they weren't great during combat either.
What's that roll for again, Sam?
Just to kind of make sure there's nothing else in the cave.
Uh,
Like to see just
That's right.
to see if the cave's like if there's any bit of the cave we haven't seen.
you can swear that you can hear and slightly smell something.
Is that the goblin I've just eaten?
No, you can hear and smell some other different scent. You can almost hear some sort of wind. Like as if it's entering this room and exiting out of the main cave. You sort of like...
No one's farted, have they?
No. You move around a little and you can hear some wind whistling behind one of the sort of tarpaulins.
I will move it out of. Can I try and move it out of the way?
Absolutely. As you do so, you reveal a large hole that goes further into a cavern.
What's
Well,
beyond it? Because
It
I can
is-
see in the dark.
It is dark, and it is just a long hallway, as you can see, indeed, but as you look down in it, you can't see or hear anything other than just further hall as it turns down, as it goes down, like as in a down ramp.
I appear behind him with the pig's leg. Go, what have you found?
They go find hole. Maybe goblin hole.
Should we go have a look?
You
Yeah.
damn sneaky.
I'm pretty sneaky.
I want
I-
to point
I
out
can
this
blend in.
hole is about 1 meter wide.
Is it a-
Only
It's
Dago.
gonna be a
can
little
go
hard
down,
for me
I
to get
think.
through.
I mean,
So
you can all definitely crawl, but it won't exactly be easy.
I could pretty much just like lower my head and just go in.
Oh yeah, absolutely, you could go in.
Okay.
I mean,
Dagon, look, Dagon. I just kind of see like,
Dago.
just kind of. Oh, sorry, Dago. I don't know why I said Dago. Dago just kind of puts his hands like over his mouth as if to indicate, Dago, I'm sneaky.
I mean, I can camouflage myself, so
Dago, I'm sneaky.
Man.
And he just kind of scurries in down the hole.
Aw.
see what else is here.
As you scurry on into the hole. It takes you a while to get to the end, but we'll come back to you in a second as we come back to the rest. There's not much else in here, to be honest. A few little tarpaulins and a few bits of rugs that are basically made out of animal skins. Tarpaulin is literally made out of leather, from what you can only assume is some kind of
pig.
very... Yeah, it's not pig leather. You're not entirely too sure what it is. You hope it's pig leather, but it doesn't look like pig. Even you, who is not very well versed on land creatures, is like, this doesn't look like the pig.
Yeah, I'm just holding my pig leg up to it. No, it's not the same.
No, it's not ashy. Just blowing off some of the dust.
just looking at it, and I swear I can see what looks like a tattoo on one of the levers.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch at the hole. Then.
Kaio, what are you gonna do?
Gonna try and blast some water.
Hashtag
Hashtag blessed water.
Hashtag blessed water. Hashtag water.
I believe
hashtag
in you.
blessed.
Yes!
Yes.
As I bless the water, I go over to the monk and go, "Here, drink this. This will help."
So I think it's 1d4 plus every level, so it's a
D6.
1d6, yes.
Yeah, so it's a 1d6, yeah.
Can
So
I save this for later?
I mean, you can if you wish, but it will just help you recover a bit quickly if you wish to now. Entirely up to you.
I mean, you currently do feel quite pained. If he's telling you that it's blessed water, it could be helpful to you, but it's entirely up to you.
I shall roll willpower.
That's a good idea.
It is.
It's alcohol.
I'm tough. I'm hard. Hardcore.
Is that enough for you in your character's opinion, or in your opinion of your character? A 13.
Yeah, he's used to feeling pain.
Yeah. Okay.
Mainly
Well, very well.
self-inflicted.
If you ever feel like you're in the need of a quick boost, just drink this and should help you at least a bit back up.
And how much shall it heal them by?
A d6.
No, I was going to say, did you want to roll for it now?
Oh no, because they're not drinking it yet, are they?
No.
I'm
But
giving
you roll it anyway. Just once you've made
Oh
it.
right, okay, fair enough. I shall keep that in mind. No,
Heal
that's
one.
a d7.
That's a cool one.
That was a cool one.
It's
Damn it.
my d6s again. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. One
No,
point
it's
of
a cool
health
one
if
for
you
a different
drink
reason.
it.
It's
You
because
get
it took
slightly
me too long to
recovered.
bless it. Took me too
Yeah.
long to bless it.
So a +1.
Actually, that's the point. How many water sacks were there?
There was 2.
Okay.
Well, trying to bless another bottle.
Yeah, back to blessing.
As you go back to that, we now come back to our plucky little cobalt. As you go through the tunnels, you can eventually hear and see something. A light at the end of the tunnel as you walk through, and you see a light, but it's faded. As you get closer, you bump your head, or at least your head attaches to something, as it's sort of a strange sticky feeling. As you touch it, it's more like skin, like leather. The light is coming through it, but it is almost like a leather curtain.
Okay. I stealthily peek my eye through the curtain, ready to be jump scared.
Roll stealth.
Does the fact I'm super dexterity help me here?
It very well will do at some point.
Super dex.
As you poke your entire head out and look around, you see another camp, this time at least twice as big. More goblins. These ones a little bulkier than the last, with weapons a little sharper looking than the last. As all of them are eating different types of creatures, you notice as a larger goblin, a bulkier goblin, sat on a throne made out of skulls and skeletons of other creatures. As it's laying back in its chair, it suddenly looks up and goes, as it points its finger at your head.
I mean, can he roll to see me?
I-
Already seen you, mate.
always the chance.
No, he's already seen you.
Okay, I think it's time for what we call a tactical retreat.
Absolutely. Roll move speed.
Such a thing does not exist.
Unless if there's something else that you'd like to do, but yes, you can.
Go on, Sam. You can take them all.
Options.
Consequences and actions. These are difficult times. See, debating should I use my other magical item? Or should I save it for later? I guess just save it for later and attempt to just run.
As you quote attempt to just run, they all just go "Ah!" as you can then as you're like scurrying along panickingly, you then just hear as you definitely as a fellow kobold who has lived in a large clan of many creatures, you definitely know what the sound of multiple people who are trying to get into the same hole all at once definitely sounds like, as they have all gotten completely stuck. You don't even need to look back to know what that sounds like. As you have now come out scamperingly and almost quite terrifiedly, like fly out of the extra small mini cave.
They go see many goblins. Many goblins.
How
Goblin,
many?
green ones and big.
Should we,
I just kinda-
dig the hole again? Should we go back to digging the hole? Let's go back and dig the hole.
No,
believe
they gonna have
I
plan.
believe we're not in the best conditions. I
I
believe
think we should go back to
probably leave.
town.
They go
Let's
have
get out
plan.
of here.
They go have plan.
And that is where we
What is-
shall leave this session, with Dago having a
Yay!
plan. So,
Oh no, not Sam and his plan.
No. I mean,
to be fair,
I mean, it should.
his
it's a good
plans
plan,
have
that's
gone
what-
well.
Sam, you have until next session. Make a good plan, or I will leave this.
No.
There's plenty of prep time.
No, this one is legitimately a good plan. This one.
However, we will
I
have
don't
to
believe
find
you.
out next week. Either way, guys, thank you for joining me for this one. I quite like this session, to be honest. I quite like how well you guys have done in this campaign. I think you've done quite interestingly, especially Sam. I'm not gonna lie, like MVP. You not only did you not dick over anyone, technically your plan could have saved everyone had they had
I
listened.
mean, this new plan is going to save everyone.
Indeed.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, this one is. I can feel it in my soul.
I'm definitely going to listen to you this time, to be honest, because, we could actually have the chance of, like, killing even more goblins, getting more experience, saving the day.
Yes.
Either way, we'll stay tuned for next time. As was said, we're gonna do these every other week. So, guys, if you're interested, keep an eye out. And we'll probably go through the first 10 minutes of next session, just going through all of the feedback. So, if you've got anything to add, definitely write that down. If anyone's interested, keep watching us on Twitch, and we'll also be posting these on YouTube. Any feedback from any of the rest of you guys, obviously, we're always welcome to it. And obviously, if you'd like to have a check out on our Patreon, have a look at the Baitarians Patreon. Where we do updates every now and again just to keep you guys posted. Anyway, guys, thank you very much and take care. Ciao, ciao for now.